if you ever want to geek out with Roscoe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do it with Roscoe.
Oh, there you go.
That is the best slogan ever.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Roscoe here. It is Monday night, so you know what that means. It is time for Between the Lines. Yes. And it also means we are part of the Monday night lineup. Bunch of awesome guys. Starts off with our guy Izzyverse NYC. Then it goes to our guy SFawn82, Comic Addicts. He did not have a show tonight, but again, check him out anyway. After that is Council of Comics. They go right between us. So they're on right now. So like I say every week, if you're not watching us, then you better be watching them. So again, shout out Council of Comics and those guys, Cliffy, my man. And then after that, it's us. You're here right now. Between the Lines, baby. After Between the Lines, you can go check out 22 Comics. And then you got our guy Will, Cup of Comics. And then they're not part of the minute, but I'm going to shout them out anyway. Go check out Bigby McFly and Bronze Age Nerd going late around like 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go check them out as well. Awesome show tonight. I'm pumped. Appreciate you all. Now, I do have a new co-host tonight. Someone that's, Phil had to step out tonight. So, Phil, miss you, brother. Travis will be back soon. So, I had to fill it in with someone. And,
Evil!
my man. What's up, Mike?
What to do? What's up, Roscoe? Good to be here.
Yes. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you being here, being co-host tonight. Thank you.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
Oh man, no, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. I'm pumped. We have a great artist tonight. I'm so excited. But before we get to him, why don't we say hello to this amazing chat?
Let's see what we got here. Start at the beginning. I gotta scroll the web. Look at it's me first. What the no I'm playing. All right, so we got Las Cruces. What's up, Las Cruces? Hooray, wahoo! And from I think he's from
Like, woohoo!
the boys from
I
New
got a
Mexico.
woohoo for you, Las Cruces. I finally got one.
It's freaking dope.
He's
Next
from New
up,
Mexico.
right.
There he
Next
is.
up, we got P2. We got First Phil. What's up, Phil?
What up, Phil? Miss you, bro.
Got 23 Monch in the house, a talented artist himself. Hope to see some of your art tonight.
Absolutely.
Next up, we got Lorenzo. What's up,
Yo.
Lorenzo? Indie Comics and Reviews. I know he can draw too.
Absolutely.
Got DJ Links in the house. What's up, DJ? How you doing?
Yo, what up, DJ? Appreciate you being here.
And he has ties with the whole Illuminati, Matt. We got Lock Win. What's up, Lock? How you doing, man?
Hey, what up, Lock?
Good to have you.
Future guest.
Got Mr. John Stout. How you doing, John? I love this man.
Hey, what up, John? Good seeing you, man.
Got Dolly. Got a celebrity in the house.
We got to sing. I know Phil's not here, but we got to sing. Hello, Dolly. Hello. I know Phil's singing it from home.
Hello, Dolly.
Oh, there you go, Dolly. Look at Mike's got you covered.
Next up, we got. I gotta scroll past them. Everybody say hi to everybody. I don't know hi Necronumeratron. Something like
Necronumeratron. I love it. Awesome.
Yeah,
I like
me too.
The little avatar.
I'm wondering if are you related to Megatron? Is this like, or Voltron? There you go. Is this like a dead brother? Voltron. Resurrected? Gonna have to let us know.
Definitely an Ultron. I love it.
Another celebrity.
Oh, hey, Mama.
Roscoe. It's good to see you. Hey, Mama. You were the first person I asked about a Heroes Con when I saw Roscoe. I hope he told you. Let's see. We got a lot of people saying hi. We got Phil-tastic. He said he's gonna be right back. He's wrapping up Din Din with the family.
All
What's
right,
up,
all right.
Phil?
Phil, appreciate you always being here, man.
Got Mr. Dr. Von Hoot, DVH, hoot, hoot, hoot.
Hoot. What's up, Dr. Von Hoot? The Phil would always say, what would he say? He's said his dance, his dance studio is
Yeah, everybody's gonna remember that. Everybody who saw that or hasn't seen that, they need to see it. But I mean, he's gonna be remembered forever just for that. Him and Badger. She's gonna be like 15 years later, like a young Laura Kinney, and we're still gonna be talking about that. Remember that time you were outside with your dad recording that dance video? Yeah, we still got that on film.
She's gonna do this. She's like, oh, God, yeah.
Like,
Oh, I love it.
My duo
What up,
partner.
lady?
What's up, lady? How you doing, Caroline? That's why I couldn't hop on Fortnite tonight. I'm here, hosting between the lines.
Oh, my bad. I'm cutting in the Fortnite time.
I didn't tell her either. I was just.
Oh, that's what she's like. What the hell, Mike?
All right, let's see. A good question. I think you might have to send the art tonight to Mr. Roscoe.
Yep, at the bottom there, Geek Out with Roscoe on my Instagram. Send it to me there.
Tonight's theme. Yep.
Yep. So send your at-home artwork. If you send it to Phil, I think Phil may send it to me, but do not send it to me. Stand by. Yes, send it to me. Geek Out with Roscoe. If you have artwork, please. Yes, I did get a couple submissions already, but yes, send them in to this guy.
All right.
What's up? Hey,
We got one more dude. We got Aaron. How you doing, Aaron? Oh, got another. My cocktail brother. What's up, Drac? Storming the castle tonight?
Awesome.
All right, and it looks like everybody. We got 17 people watching, some fine people that showed up, and I'm pretty sure other people will trickle in. They might be still watching Cliff, our homie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're probably watching on a console, and that's cool. Like I said, you better be watching them if you're not watching us. So, but again, and again, if you're not following Mike, Evil's Comics, his links are down below in the description, as well as our guest tonight. So, but before we get to our guest, we got one more thing we got to do. You ready for this? No, that's not it. It's this. It's not that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. The two of us, the two of us.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm as much as I love that song, it's
love it.
My song. And I know I've been saying it for a while, but I'm gonna be making a Between the Lines my own.
You might switch it up. All right, I like that. It's about time.
So, I keep. It's taking a little bit, but I will get there. But anyway,
are you writing a brand new song, or are you doing a Freaky Louie? Oh, brand new. Okay, I got
brand new. Yep, it's brand new.
Are you musically talented in that direction?
Yep. Oh man, it's a brand new, and it's got 80s feel. So hope everyone's ready.
Ooh, I like that.
But but anyway, our guest tonight, a lot like I met Mike. I met Mike at Heroes Con. Hey, thanks, Ma. Yeah, hit that like button. Yeah, if you're not, get the heck out of here. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Smash.
I met Mike at Heroes Con, as well as meeting this artist. Because what happened was Comics Curing Cancer. Big part of a big artist from last year had an exclusive, and this year I saw him at Heroes Con and I wanted to get it signed. So I went over to his booth. I talked to him. I said, "Hey man, I do this show," and he's like, "Hey man, get out of here! You scare me." And I was like, "Oh shoot, no, I'm just kidding." No, he was like, "Yeah, he was a real awesome guy, real easy to talk to." So I was like, "Man, this is gonna be great. Get you on." And so sure enough, we got him here, and it's Mr. Matt Wilson. Hey, Matt.
It's true. I was scared of you.
You're not
I
supposed to
believe it.
admit to them.
Yeah. Yo, I will say before anything else, I want Mike to like read me books. He is the most soothing voice ever.
I do on my YouTube channel. I've read a couple books, and I get that a lot.
And I just
Yes. So if you're not following Mike, and if you want that, it does happen. Go follow him
Yeah,
on
no,
his Instagram.
it's happening because like I'm sitting here listening to him do the intro. I'm like, yeah, this is like,
Well, thank you, man. Thanks.
yeah.
Well, Matt, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you being here. It's awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time out. I know that you've been busy. So thank you. And tonight, oh look, there you go. It's
It's
Matthew
my buddy.
Wilson. So I know you chose spooky as the theme tonight. So why did you pick spooky?
Okay, I could give like a really deep explanation here, but instead I'm going to give the honest one, which is I ran out of time because I've been running around like a crazy man, and I was like, all right, I want an excuse to draw Casey Jones, but I don't want to just draw regular Casey Jones. So let's make a spooky Casey Jones. So that was how I fell down on it.
I dig it.
Awesome.
And I know
When you
this
said
guy over
spooky-
here likes some Ninja Turtles, you know.
Yeah. See, when you said spooky, I thought
Spooky? Do you think I'm spooky?
It's just so good.
Spooky.
So I was like, I was like, oh man, we got to do something. So I did something like it was funny because we were talking, and you're like, oh, maybe a someone innocent, So I was like, I told you I was like, I was already going that way.
Yeah.
So I'm excited what I started drawing already. I got to get back to it, but I'm gonna ask my question first, and that is, what food do you hate?
Oh God. So many. I am like the pickiest eater on the planet.
What's the worst?
I went on a rant yesterday about how much I hate asparagus, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'd run over that with a truck any day of the week.
I could go with that, I mean,
Oh.
it's a give or take. Like, why is it there? Like, who came up with this? Who saw asparagus and was like, I want to try and eat that thing,
Yeah. No, it smells before you eat it. It smells while you eat it. It's rough. It's real rough.
Yeah, I hear you.
Ugh.
Good. I like that answer.
Yeah.
And to let the chat know, please ask your questions. Put a Q in front of it for Mike to make it
right.
easy for him.
I'm
And
looking.
well, like I said, I was telling you, Matt, backstage that the chat will ask the majority of the questions tonight. But Mike, if you got anything, brother.
First, I was going to say hi to a couple people. We got Canadian survivalists that showed up. What's up, Canadian?
What up,
And then
Canadian?
I think we got one more. Yeah, we got Froggy. What's up, Frog Bro?
What up, Frog?
I want to know what a Canadian survivalist does, though. Now I got questions for them.
Surviving the White Wall. He's one of our White Walkers.
It's pretty laid back there. Like, how hard is it to survive in Canada? Like they got healthcare and all types of good stuff.
He could be on like one of the, like the tip of like Canada, and he could be like fighting off polar bears and stuff.
Yeah.
I have my imagination.
He's an almost out of Canada survivor.
Right. So we do got one question already, and it's early. Yeah. It's from DVH, and it's I've got mac and cheese in the oven. Is it unhealthy? I think about mac and cheese so much.
No, it's great. Mac and cheese. All right, so actually here, we'll throw this out to the chat and both of you, because I got in an argument about this. I love Kraft macaroni and cheese more than a person who's almost 40 with high blood pressure should. And I got in a fight with my friend a couple days ago because she told me that she made macaroni and cheese Kraft without the milk. She just dumped the powder right in on the macaroni, and that blew my mind. Is this something other people do? Am I?
Yes, in poor neighborhoods, like poor areas, like that maybe they grew up in that, and maybe not having the milk or whatever. They do like water with the cheese and stuff like that. I have come across that. I will say I have eaten that type
Yeah.
of. It's not good. It's not good.
No,
No.
it messed me up. I'm like, there's no way that can
No, no,
taste.
no. I mean, there are some mac and cheese that are made with like the milk with the cheese already, so you don't have to add the milk. That's different.
Yep.
But no.
That's a whole nother game right there. I don't know. We were in my car. I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, hold on, I'll go buy you milk right now.
All right, so we're gonna move to our next question. This one actually comes from Mama Roscoe, and I love this question. Isn't it a big, important question? She asked, Bob's Burgers, The Simpsons, or Family Guy?
The Simpsons.
You have to choose one. Ooh, The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Roscoe, you're a Bob's Burger guy, right? Or would
I
you
grew up
go
Simpsons.
Simpsons or Family
I
Guy?
grew up Simpsons. Then I went to Family Guy, and then now Bob's Burgers is just taken over completely for me. So I'm obsessed with Bob's Burgers now. I'm collecting all the runs, every variant. So that's my main goal right now. But
I don't have enough exposure to Bob's Burgers. I think that's my issue. Is like I've seen some of it, and when I see it, I dig it, but I haven't watched enough to like have my vote. Whereas Family Guy was just, it never did it for me. I would, to be honest, to throw a real wrench, I was always a South Park guy.
I can't
Simpsons
see.
to South Park.
See, I'm more with Roscoe. I'm more a Bob's Burger guy. I grew up with Simpsons, moved to watch Family Guy when it dropped, and then Bob's Burger I was kind of like hesitant on actually. My problem with Simpsons is I think I maybe gave it like 20 seasons, 15 seasons, and it never changed kind of thing. It's not that the material degraded or anything like that. I'm pretty sure this, but it just got to a point where it's like there was no story continuity. There was no, so and Family Guy, no, Family Guy's a whole nother issue. I find it like disrespectful to the viewer. Like I think like constantly they're mocking the person that's watching it from the theme song to begin with, like the whole theme song. Like I've had to explain this to my brother. He loves Family Guy. No, Bob's Burgers, if you have a chance, I'd say watch like at least 2 or 3 episodes, and they don't have to be consecutive. That's one thing I do like about Bob's Burger. There is a consecutive storyline, not to like a degree of a TV show, but now there are things that continue in the show, like South Park. South Park's at least evolved. They're still not all in kindergarten kind of thing.
The one Bob's Burgers episode I've seen all the way through was where he got stuck in a wall.
Oh, it's a good episode.
It was damn good. Like,
The Halloween.
Honest, but
I would recommend any Halloween, Thanksgiving, like any holiday episode. They're all like, but the one Halloween episode that makes me laugh the most is it's like this decoration fight outside of his the Bob's Burger thing. I love that. Yeah, and it's like
the handyman.
Yeah, and it's just these two guys that are going to town trying to outmaster the other with their Halloween decorations. It's so funny. All right, so we're going to move to our next question. DVH asks, what is your favorite spooky character?
Okay, so I am a like horror movie obsessive person, so that's a hard one. I mean, the easy answer, because it's my favorite series from that world, is Freddy Krueger. I mean, I grew up on Freddy Krueger.
I go with Freddy Krueger's a good answer, because what's your definition of spooky? Because I don't really like classify spooky. Like I wouldn't say Michael Myers is spooky, or he's straight up scary. No, so I will say like Freddy Krueger fits in that spooky column for me. Like he's not exactly like, I mean, he can be scary, but at the same time, like he does try that whole like, spooky jump scare. Like,
well, I also feel like, I mean, we were talking before we went on about like the 80s world is like when I was a kid, Freddy Krueger was almost a good guy. Like he was doing Pepsi commercials, you know? So like I was
same.
never scared of Freddy Krueger. I was like, oh, that's that guy. Like you don't realize till later in life, you're like, oh, he murdered children? Like, my God,
the modeling for our like the 80s generation of like those horror movies. I mean, we had Terminator toys and Alien toys, and like, and those are all like rated R movies. Like, what was the thinking behind, like, like how was a kid supposed to know the Terminator toy unless they on some level saw the Terminator? You know,
I think that was kind of the point. Was we just bought them because they looked cool. I didn't know what the hell the Terminator was, but man, did I love those toys.
Oh, I was that kid that watched all that crap. I snuck in and I would sneak, you know, trick my friends and let me watch those stuff. Oh, my dad said I could watch it. Come on, man. Roscoe, what's your favorite spooky character?
Favorite spooky character? Man, I don't know. That's tough, man. Like
it is. My mind goes to Scooby-Doo for some reason. Like when I think of spooky.
You're probably right on the money because, I mean, that was more spooky than it was horror, and we all grew up on it, you know? You got to give
okay, I'll go with, I can go with Roscoe's, you know, the little gif he did. The Cigarette Man was always spooky in the X-Files, you know? He was always in the background kind of thing.
Cigarette Man screwed me up as a child because like I didn't know how to process that when that was happening. Like X-Files and Twin Peaks were both shows I was watching when I definitely should not have been watching them.
Couldn't process it.
Like again, I just thought they were cool shows. Everyone on TV talked about them. I had to see them, and I watched them again as an adult, and I'm like, dear Lord, who let this happen?
I'm trying to think of a spooky. I thought of like when I think of something, I always think I'm thinking something scary. You know, like I thought of like a Slender Man.
Yeah.
Well, you could say that because he really, I mean, he kind of just sneaks around and stuff. You know, I mean, he does kill eventually, but he kind of just watches people.
So they say.
How about any creature from Courage? The Coward's
Courage.
Dog?
I was thinking that too, or. I had a good one in mind, then I just lost it when you brought up Courage. Damn it! I don't know anymore. There's some good spooky characters I could think of. Oh, Scarecrow from Batman. You know, I mean, like I think originally, like I would say originally he was modeled to be like more friendlier, and as the years went, he's just got creepier and creepier, and now he's in between that level of like spooky and scary kind of thing.
I remember being heartbroken when they introduced him in those the Christian Bale Batman movies, and I was like, what is this?
He's such a background character.
I was like, why of all the characters you could have done for 2 minutes in a movie, you picked this amazing one? Like I was so bummed on that one.
I like to this day that nobody knows Zaz is in all those movies. Victor Zaz. Like, I love that bad guy, but I mean, you talk about somebody who's really in the background. He's really in the background, and he's in like all three of them.
Is he really?
I need a couple.
Yeah, he is. We're gonna move to the next question. Yeah, he's the one that in the very first movie, if you remember, like when the gas goes off from Scarecrow or whatever, and like there's this one mugger that goes after, like it looks like a mugger, but he goes after Rachel, and it's a skinhead dude, and if you look at his arms, he's got all the tattoos and stuff. That's his. He's shown in like 2 scenes in Batman Begins, and then in Dark Knight, he's in a couple different scenes, and in Dark Knight Rises, I think like 1 scene maybe, but he's like the secret background. He's the secret bad guy in the background.
I gotta go watch that. I never noticed that.
In all 3 movies, there was 3 major Batman villains, but only like 2 of them were kind of focused on. There was always like a secret one in the background. I was hoping they were going to do Calendar Man the way they were doing it. I felt like he would have fit in perfectly with the secret. I don't know. All right, so we're going to move on to the next question. We got DVH again with favorite movie with Ninja in the title. I love this question.
That's great. All right, I'm going to skip Ninja Turtles because it seems too easy.
The obvious, yeah.
Yeah. So it's either going to be American Ninja, which is a terrible movie.
It is, but it's still good. It's,
Oh, I
it's
love
like
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
terrible. It's
Yeah, no, I adore that movie. Or Ninja Terminator, which if you haven't seen is
I've
if you're-
never heard of that. Ninja Terminator. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm pretty sure
It's-
DVH has seen it, but
it's incredible.
I'm gonna go with Surf Ninja. You know,
Surf Ninja's good too. Yeah.
I felt like that's the after Ninja Turtle. That's the appropriate like go to.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
or
but-
if you're not gonna do Surf Ninjas, you gotta go Three Ninjas. That's another good
Yeah.
one. But,
Or you can go adult and do Ninja Assassin. I do like that movie.
So good.
Or
So good.
like anime Ninja Scroll. I love
Yeah.
that movie. You know, one of the
Ninja Assassin is phenomenal. But yeah,
Ninja Assassin.
Ninja Terminator, I cannot. Oh, there we go. He actually said in the chat here, Ninja Terminator is fantastic. Yeah, it's a movie where I don't even know how to describe what happens, and I don't think the people who made the movie know how to describe what happens. And it's
All right, Roscoe. Favorite movie with Ninja in the title.
Well, you know, I love Ninja Turtles.
Mhm. Give me
Three
another one
Nin-
besides that. Three Ninjas. All right.
Three
I'll accept
Ninja
it.
Strike Back.
The
Oh,
second movie.
not Knuckle Up. Not that I know all three of them, but
Any of them. Surf Ninjas is great too.
dude, youthful me had such a crush on the girl in Three Ninjas. Was it Emily? Was that her name? Something like that.
Rocky loves Emily.
Yeah.
Emily.
Oh,
Yeah.
Emily.
Emily. All right, let's move on. We got a fan favorite question. And DVH asked, first concert, worst concert, best concert.
All right. So first concert's hard because I'll go with first legitimate concert because I grew up in like the bad basement show punk rock scene. But the first concert I went to that was actually like produced, had a stage, all that is maybe the worst concert of all time. It was Vertical Horizon, where I got dragged with my buddies to see it at a college when I was like, I don't know, 14. They were a
I
jam
do like
band
Vertical
at the time.
Horizon.
Dude, it was rough.
My favorite band, jerk. No.
It was
Right.
I was
Talking about
definitely I was the only dude there with a blue mohawk, that's for sure. But you know what? Like, it was fun. You know, no hate towards them. Just wasn't for me. You know.
Yeah. It's a lot lighter compared to the punk.
Yeah.
I try to remember the movie that they were like. There was like one soundtrack there. It might have been like a horror movie too. Damn.
I mean, I will still defend. They have a song on an album called "You're a God," and that song still hits. I'll give them all their credit there, as much as I just crapped all over
Blue
them.
mohawk and all.
Yeah. When I had a much further forward hairline too. Best concerts. That's hard. I'd probably go just because of my undying love for him. Was the first time I saw Morrissey. I got to see Morrissey at like a small venue up in upstate New York, and it ruled. So I'll go with that because that's as close as I'm ever going to get to the Smiths. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Worst concert.
Oh, there's been so many bad ones. I'll tell you the worst band I ever saw live. I went to a festival called Bamboozle. It used to be in New Jersey on the boardwalk. Everybody played it. I mean, from like Lil Wayne was the headliner. Like, it was ridiculous. And the band 30 Seconds to Mars played. Now, I was not a fan, but they were so bad live. I didn't even. Oh man, dude, it was awful.
Really? Was this early 30 Seconds to Mars?
No. It was he sang about 2 words of every song. He kept going into like the Jesus pose. It was rough. I just
hated the Jesus thing for like 10 years.
It was rough. It was rough.
I saw him when they were really young. They first came out, and they were wilding. He was on so many drugs.
Did he actually sing?
He just was yelling. But it was awesome because he like started climbing up into the rafters and stuff, and the security tried pulling him out of there. He was so gone. Like, he was just like, he's just doing that as he's like trying to like crawl through. Yo, it was wild. It was at Warp Tour in
That
Florida.
sounds way better than what I saw. I would have enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was wild. I just didn't want him to fall.
At least
on
she
me.
had options at Warped Tour.
Yeah, you can always walk away. Yeah,
Yeah,
that Bamboozle festival, if you ever get bored, Google it. It was the strangest thing because you'd have like during the day would be like Less Than Jake and the Casualties, and then at night was like Boys to Men and Bon Jovi. Like it was the strangest festival.
lineup. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but it was
It's a
I
good
mean,
mix,
That
though.
sounds very Jersey.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it
was,
does.
It was so Jersey.
All
It
those
was on
bands
the
are-
boardwalk. There wasn't any bathrooms. Like it was as Jersey as it gets, you know.
That's where I'm from.
Uncle.
So you know,
Yeah.
you know it well, my friend.
And he laughs
no
as he says
bathrooms in
it.
there.
Yeah.
All those bands I've seen because they always play in Jersey.
I've seen Less Than Jake. I've seen Boys to Men. I've seen. All right, so
If you're a
music
Jersey guy,
related.
I used to go see bands all the time. It was Middlesex College. They used to book out the cafeteria there. I saw so many bands in like late '90s, early 2000s in that place.
That's awesome.
It was real classy venue.
Well, still sticking to the music theme. Our next question is from John Stout, and he asked all-time favorite band, if there's one.
Yeah, so this is always a hard one because it rotates.
Yeah,
but I'll always
mine's like, let's go top 5.
Yeah, I would say like depending on the week, but the
Yeah.
Smiths is always towards the top for me because I adore them. Here we'll cheat a little bit.
Look at your playlist.
I'm gonna look at my top for the
Mhm.
month right now. We'll just go off of that.
I like
Is
it.
that-
I like it.
That's the
Do
lazy.
you
one.
listen to the most? You know.
Yeah. Here's your top 5 artists recently. I've got the Smiths, the Descendants, Bad Religion, Rival Schools, and that's definitely not right. Something called Radio Birdman, but I have never heard of that. So
Radio
some,
Birdman.
Aha! And we found out you were a secret Radio Birdman listener. You're his number one fan.
I don't
Yeah.
even know
Radio
who it is.
I never heard of it. I don't know who you.
I'm kind of impressed that it's on my top. I'm pulling it up now. Hold on. Radio
You're gonna be-
Birdman is.
You're gonna hear
We're
it.
all-
You're gonna be like, "Oh shit, I love these guys."
We're all going to learn together. They are the best known band of the early Australian punk scene. Nope, no clue who this is. They're from the 70s.
Maybe Matt Spidey and
You know
Simon.
what probably happened is I fell asleep in my Shopify.
Yeah,
Spotify.
just
Like, let's just
it's
play
like-
stuff like this.
some Australian punk. You
Yeah.
know, we'll subliminally get him down another
Yeah.
music.
What's the name of it again?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm all over. Like I said, the Descendants are always towards the top. Smiths are always towards the top. I'm shocked there's no bad hardcore on there because I always fall back into that world too. But
Radio Birdman, number 1.
whoever Radio Birdman, I
Yeah,
love.
Radio Birdman.
Yeah.
All right, so another music question from Mr. DJ Links. Top 3 songs you need in your DJ set.
Oh, okay. Depends what you're DJing. But if you're on the East Coast, this is going to pain me to say out loud. Sweet Caroline, because white people just need to hear-
Sweet Caroline. Okay, I can do
That's
that.
because
impossible.
white people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
what's
just-
what's with the white people thing? No, I'm playing.
it's a thing. I don't know what it is. I'm too close to Boston. We can't escape that song. I had the time of my life because somebody has to do the pose from the end of Dirty Dancing because they've had 12 drinks. And then recently, so DJ Lynx is probably trolling me here because he knows I DJ on the weekends too. Recently, anything Doja Cat drives people wild.
Interesting.
So those
Not
are-
a big Doja Cat fan.
No,
Yeah, me
I'm
neither.
not for
You
me.
could have mentioned a lot of lady singers, and Doja
Yeah.
Cat. She's just she's
people-
got like 1 or 2 songs. I do like her. I think it's Rebel or
Yeah, Rebel's good. Paint
She's
the
a
Town
rebel.
Red is solid.
yeah.
She's fun, but people go wild if you put
They
her
do.
on.
They do.
Yeah, I mean, this.
So I got a question.
this
I want
Saturday- Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna sneak in. I'm gonna sneak a question in here. What's your DJ name?
I don't have one. I hate DJ names.
Oh, so you're just like, hey, I'm Matt Wilson. I'm
Matt-
here to
Matt
play
Wilson.
music.
Yeah. So when I
And
was
everybody's
real
like,
young,
he's DJ Matt Wilson.
yeah, when I was young,
And he's
I
like,
was-
no, I'm not.
yeah, I used to call myself DJ Kaboom when I was like 13, 14. It was rough.
Oh,
No,
I like that. You could come on with
Yeah.
Johnny Kaboom.
Oh yeah,
You
I
know,
had a little
Keanu
boom
Reeves.
sound
Come
on
on,
my-
man.
kaboom!
Johnny
No,
Kaboom.
I have a bunch of buddies who became like DJs as we were growing up, and it always drove me nuts because they'd be like, "Yo, what's up? I'm DJ Fiddlesticks." I'm like, dude, no. I'm like, you go home and do laundry. We're not cool. You don't.
No,
need
see, as a
cool-
good friend, you're supposed to take DJ Fiddlesticks to the side and be like, bro,
Yeah.
I love your music, but we need to come up with a better name. You know, there's definitely some unused names out there in Fiddlesticks.
And I would roast a couple of my buddies right now, but I'll be nice. But DJ Links, at least DJ Links is a good one. Like
It
that's
is.
fun.
Is.
It's catchy.
catchy.
It means
Yeah.
something. There's-
Pops.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. It's just when people come up with these bad names, like everyone's seen like those terrible club flyers. Will be like, oh,
Yeah, there's
DJ Drinks and Spins, and you're like, oh,
DJ Puppy Dog.
yeah. It's like, come on, man. Please don't do that. Someone just said DJ Natty Matty.
Yeah, Natty Man.
I don't mind that.
Natty Matty.
Yeah. That one's fun.
It's
At least it
catchy.
rhymes. It sounds fun.
Yeah, it flows, you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next question. We got DVH with, in the autobiographical movie of your life, which pro wrestler would play you?
Damn, that's all right. Well, here's where
I don't have an answer to that.
I have so
for
many.
myself.
There's the vain answer where I want to pretend I'm like super jacked and talented, and there's the realistic answer.
No, go with the super jacked, unrealistic.
I
you
would
know,
love.
not even look like you.
Yeah.
You know,
Ricky
like
Starks would be my pull. He's a dude in AEW. I love Ricky Starks, and he is so jacked.
I'd probably go with The Rock,
Yeah. Well,
He'd
so
tell
Ricky
my
Starks is like a skinny version of The Rock, if that helps.
just because he's bald.
Yeah. Oh, I would be, Rey Mysterio. You want to be covered
Rey
in a mask?
Mysterio.
That's a bummer, dude.
Yeah. Until you get unmasked, and then you gotta quit.
That's yeah. I'd probably
Roscoe,
go-
who's doing your story, man? Thing, Cactus Jack,
Mick Foley, baby.
Dude Love, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I was being realistic, it's like now era Mick Foley, where the poor guy, his back's blown out, he's tired. That's real. Like,
I like McFoley.
oh, I do too. But
Yeah, I definitely go with either that or Bam Bam Bigelow
that's
I like
pretty
that.
sweet.
I
You have
like
to get
that.
head tattoos now, though.
or
Yeah, you
Vader. Vader. It's Vader time.
Yeah, he got old
Scariest
real quick.
people I've ever met. He
Vader.
is terrifying in real life.
He was a big guy.
Oh,
I'm
dude,
gonna
I
eat
came
your
up to like
face.
his belly button. It was ridiculous. He was so scary. I met him at a show I was working, and I made the mistake of be like, "Hey, man, you made my day when you were on Boy Meets World back in the day," and I want to be very unhappy that anybody remembered that existed.
DJ saying he played by
Savio Vega.
Savio Vega.
Mm.
What is
R&B
it,
Big
the
Papa.
one guy from the Nation of Domination who didn't go anywhere?
DVH knows Ricky Starks. All right.
Hey,
I like some of these answers. What's up, Squirrel Wars? How you doing?
did somebody say Big Papa Pump?
Yeah, Big Papa Pump.
Amazing.
All right, let me get back to the questions here. Second. We got answers and people saying hi. I'm trying to go in order here. I don't want to miss anybody. You know what I'm saying? We'll go with Mama Roscoe's next. Marilyn Monroe, Rachel Welch, or Farrah Fawcett.
Oh, probably Raquel Welch for sure. That's a
All right.
deep question right there.
It's a fan favorite right there. And we got Papa in the house. What's up, Ed?
Hey, what up, Dad?
We got Aaron with another question right here. We got favorite video game.
Probably GoldenEye. I've always fallen back on GoldenEye over the years. I've beat it 500 times and still always have fun with it. So
It's a good one. I like GoldenEye, and I think that's, I mean, a lot of people's fave right there.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing will ever replace slaps only in my life. You know, that I spent too much of my teenage years just sitting on a couch drinking Coca-Cola, slapping my buddies on N64, you know?
Phil asked, what was the first thing you read that scared you?
Scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah.
Those books messed me up because they were like for children, but not should have been read by children at all.
Right?
Mhm. There's a couple that were really good in there. And
the
dog.
spider coming out of her face is the one I always remember, and just like that, I couldn't, again, too young to be processing stuff like that. Way too young.
And it was handed out to kids in school,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, I bought mine from the book fair club thing, you know.
Yep, Scholastic Book Fair. They're like, here, read this. Don't sleep
Yeah.
for a week, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
sticking with childhood. The next question is by Cindy. We got favorite cartoon growing up.
Real Ghostbusters. I was a
Ooh.
big Real Ghostbusters guy.
I like that one. Was it because of the movie or was it before?
No, I hadn't seen the movie for years till after the show. I just loved it as a kid because, ironically, as much as I was scared of everything, I loved like ghosts and
Spooky
aliens
stuff. Yeah,
and all that. And that was like the palatable, youthful version of it.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, that's a great show. I like the monsters from it too.
It was just good altogether.
Oh, so good.
Mm-hmm. Our next question comes from John Stout. What's your favorite vacation destination? If you have one.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know if I have one.
I'm a big kind of history nerd with stuff, and I've always loved going to Gettysburg down in Pennsylvania. So I would probably say that. It might be kind of a depressing answer. It's like I love going to a battlefield where people died, but
I've done the Gettysburg, Washington on the Brazos. There's some cool, especially if you get to actually see a reenactment, a faithful one. No, it can be really fun.
It's fascinating stuff to see.
But like you said, you got to be into history, kind of thing.
Yeah. Like if you were my mother when I was 14 and dragged you there, you were
different
not
story.
happy.
All right, going back to the mac and cheese, Phil asked, what about American cheese makes you think it's really cheese?
Oh, nothing. That's what makes it taste so
good. Right. Yeah, all the preservatives and you know, if we don't have that, it's not our cheese.
Yeah. If it had real cheese in it, it wouldn't be tasty. It wouldn't melt. No.
Right.
It's made of delicious.
All right, so a normal question that pops up on the show. I think Roscoe would warn this one to you, but Phil asked, pineapple on pizza, yes or no? And this one is always like fan split down the middle.
Yeah, no,
he's shaking his head.
So here's the thing: I'm anti-pineapple on pizza, but not because I'm one of those people who's like, how could someone put pineapple on a pizza? I just don't like pineapple. I'm a big fan. Put whatever you want on a pizza. Like, I'm from Connecticut. We're the home of the mashed potato pizza, you know, so like I can't give anyone. Yeah, mashed potato pizza. Yeah, it sounds weird, it tastes weird, but somehow it's delicious.
It doesn't sound weird to me. It sounds good, you know, enough to want to try it, kind of thing. I preferably like pineapple on pizza, but I do get. I mean, I think it's an exotic like option. I don't think it's a normal. Even though nowadays it is kind of normal. I don't know.
I'm you know, I get grossed out by it again because I find pineapple gross, but I'm not because it's on a pizza, you know? I'm like, there's way weirder stuff you could put on a pizza. Like the fact that anchovies on a pizza is still a thing is weird to me. Like,
anybody ever watch Ninja Turtles? They talk about putting some weird stuff on their pizza.
Yeah, I
What's
don't
up,
want
Steve?
any
How
of
you
it.
doing?
That's crazy.
Yo, what up? How you doing, Steve?
Let's see. Gotta get back to my question. Yeah, but I want to say for me, it gets exotic once you want to put like anchovies, sardines, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
because it's
Oh,
like it's a very delicate taste kind of thing, and
Yeah.
I like both of them, but I mean I can understand why people are like, nope, I'm not gonna eat them.
I think my biggest thing with foods, and this is my weird pickiness coming in again, but it's like if I'm having a pizza, it's because I want to have pizza. I don't want to disguise it as something else. If I'm having a cheeseburger, I want a cheeseburger. If I wanted something that was like a pulled pork sandwich, I'd have a pulled pork sandwich. I don't need pulled pork on my cheeseburger.
Hey, horror geek me. Thanks for
Hey, what up,
stopping
Mel?
by. Getting back to the question. Yeah, scroll all the way back. Got some good questions already gone. We got, and I know I'm going to say this wrong again, Necronomicon, favorite horror movie of all time.
Phantasm.
Oh, that's a good one.
Phantasm is my number one. That was my gateway into what I jokingly refer to as like real horror, where I realized there was something besides just like slasher movies.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
Phantasm. It's just a good movie,
Yeah. Well, part of what I love about Phantasm is, all of them, they make no real sense. They make no attempt at making sense, and it's totally fine. You're like, whatever, I don't know. He's an alien from somewhere, and he turns people into short people in barrels and drive a Challenger for some reason. Great, let's go. Like, it's, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't require you to think, just to go along for like a crazy ride and draw whatever conclusion you want from it. Did that sound deep, by the way?
It did.
Hell yeah.
So Aaron asks, guitar, bass, or drums if you had to play one?
I used to play drums, and then I blew out my knees, so I couldn't work the pedals anymore. I was in a terrible ska band, fun fact, called Small Fortune. We were not good. After I stopped being able to play drums, I actually started playing bass, and by that I mean I played an E chord repeatedly, just up and down a fretboard. And then I just gave up and started yelling in band. So I'll say bass because it was the easier of the instruments. But if I have my way, just let me yell something and run into a wall, and I'm a very happy man.
I like it.
I used to get kicked out of bands when I was very aware that I had no musical talent. So I would make up for it by doing stupid crap to myself on stage.
Over the top, exaggerating stuff. Yeah.
And people there's still, you probably can't see it, but I have two big gashes on my forehead because during a show I got bored and just started beating the hell out of myself with a microphone.
Oh,
and rather than getting stitches, and then I super glued it shut in the parking lot. And people are like, dude, you can't do this. So
I showed them.
Long.
You showed them. That's crazy.
No, they won. I have dents in my forehead, and they win.
Are the dents
responsible people?
Yeah,
right.
You're smart enough to learn how to play guitar instead of making up for it by hitting yourself.
Right.
Smashing my face, dude.
Next question comes from Aaron. If you could buy any car, what would you buy?
Oh, any car. I got to think about that. I was a car nut when I was young, and then I got old and realized I'll never afford any of them. But
go in the answer. Go with money is no object kind of thing.
I loved Thunderbirds. You give me like a mid-50s Thunderbird, I would have been thrilled. As weird as it sounds, I always wanted a hearse just because I thought it'd be hilarious to drive a hearse.
I like the hearse thing.
I love Mini Coopers, which is maybe the most untough answer of all time. But love Mini Coopers. I just want a tiny British car, apparently. But yeah, either you give me a mid-60s muscle car or a bad '90s British car, and I'm very happy.
I like all three of those though.
No,
Thunderbird,
don't like
Cooper.
a Mini Cooper. You don't have to co-sign that. That's
Mini
like saying,
Coopers are all right. It's not. They're not those little like the other little cars that they've come out. I don't even know what the name of those little like half a car.
oh no, I can't even fit in those things. No. Oh, someone just said a '65 Olds Cutlass. Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah.
Take Dracula maybe from Rob Zombie. Like
Yeah,
his hot
Dracula.
rod.
Yeah.
I
Sign me
think
up.
if I could have any car, I'd go with that one.
I didn't realize. All right, so we're going really any car because then give me the
Yeah,
60
we're talking about movies. We're talking. Oh, you want the '66 Batmobile?
Yeah, or if we're going, give me the Charger.
The DeLorean?
The DeLorean. No, actually, I don't want the
Oh.
DeLorean. I feel like the DeLorean comes with too much responsibility.
You don't have to use it. You can just have it in your driveway.
Yeah, I know, but how do you not use it? Like,
No,
I can't. I don't
reusing it.
have to eat the ice cream that's in my freezer, but it's gonna happen. Like, how do you say no?
You
You got right. It's a tough one. So we got a favorite sports team from Mr. Bobby Delegato. Hey, Bobby, how you doing?
What up, Bobby?
Great reference in the name too. So I'm not a big sports guy. My number one has always been wrestling. That's as close as I really get to sports. When I was young, I was a big baseball guy and lived and breathed the Mets. But these
In
days,
wrestling, who's your favorite wrestler?
as much as he broke my heart over the years, CM Punk will always be my number
Yeah, man, I love CM Punk. That's my
one.
favorite.
He's the best. He's destroyed me many times, but
But he's still, he just keeps coming back, and
yep. And he'll leave again and destroy us all again.
he will. So we got Matt, Comics by the Bay, and he says, "What do you consider to be the defining difference between a burrito and a wrap?"
Oh man, I can get into this because I've had this argument so many times. A burrito is tucked in. So the way I always break this down, think of a burrito like when you go to a hotel and all the sheets are actually tucked in, like your feet get stuck and it kind of hurts. That's a burrito. Whereas a wrap, you're just the open ends. You're just scooting that stuff together.
Oh.
I put too much thought into this. I'm sorry. It's
a current, it's an ongoing, question that comes up, and not just here, but in other avenues.
This is real life issues, guys.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes. Yeah. And if you've bread and it's open, it's a sandwich. Like let's.
All right. So if you had to fill in for a member of Joy Division for a live show, what member would it be? Ask Will. He noticed you're wearing a Joy Division T-shirt.
Is it dark if I say Ian Curtis? Because he's the only member you'd have to fill in for. That's a terrible joke that like two people are gonna get right now. I'd probably say Ian Curtis because he was just, in my opinion, like total genius. And if I was gonna fill in for anyone else, I'd rather be playing in Depeche Mode. So I'll go with Ian Curtis.
I like that.
Yeah. Besides it being a horrible joke about the poor guy.
I mean, he's not here to. No, I'm playing.
That's he defends himself, so we're okay.
Right. So I mean, he's definitely not watching. For anybody, spooky.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on, we're back on theme.
So for anybody that just stopped by, make sure you send your at-home drawings to Roscoe. His IG handle is down below, scrolling as I'm speaking. And the theme tonight is spooky. If you haven't heard already.
Yes.
And let's get back to it. I love this question. Bobby DeLegato asks, Stan Lee, Bruce Lee, or Christopher Lee?
Oh, Christopher Lee. Oh, yeah.
I like all three of them, though. But Christopher Lee is just...
Yeah. Christopher Lee is my Dracula, so I'm going to vote Christopher Lee for sure. Plus, he finished his career by being one of the only tolerable parts about the Star Wars prequel. So like,
Mhm.
you got to give him some
Kind of
credit.
cemented himself. I like.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man, Count Dooku. I mean, not only that, but he was in Star Wars and Lords of the Rings. Come on.
Right. Right.
I mean, he could two of the biggest like ongoing franchises to date. I mean, he cemented them pretty nice.
Yep.
I like that answer. Mama Roscoe asked favorite boy band, and she laughs as she asks that question.
Okay, I'll tell you a hilarious side note to this too. New Kids on the Block. I love New Kids on the Block.
Hanging tough, huh? All
Yeah.
right, the right
Actually,
stuff. Let's hear
I
it.
got made fun of at New York Comic Con last year, so I'm a bad planner when it comes to packing, and I actually ended up there in my original like 1989 New Kids on the Block T-shirt. So there's horrible photos of me in that. But years and years ago, we'll go back to music for a minute. My buddies had a boy band. They were called Nuance. I tried to explain to them that the name did not mean what they thought it did. I was like, you literally just named your band the smallest, most unnoticeable thing, but all right. And none of them knew how to write music. So they used to come over my place, and I had a drum machine, and I would make them music so they could, make demos and stuff. And one day we realized that none of them could sing either. So I used to sing harmonies on all their demos. And then they started playing live and realized that the music sounded like hell live. So they tried to get me to join their band. So again, this is high school man. I got a big, sweet blue mohawk. I'm a cool guy in my brain. And I'm at dance rehearsal for Nuance. And I was not allowed in the band in the long run because I couldn't learn the dance moves. But there's somewhere out there is a good 100 demo tapes with me singing
The
harmonies and technically being a producer on and this is the even more fun trivia, on a cassette 4-track that I got from John Mayer. So go for the weird roundabouts back then. He wasn't John Mayer at the time. He was just my buddy's cousin, So yeah, lots of weird moments to do with boy bands in my life, and I don't really like them. But New Kids on the Block slap, so we'll give them their due.
I can still jam the right stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
My sister was a huge New Kids on the Block, so I mean, it was just embedded there. I mean, she was like right next to me, and I just heard it all the time. And at the time, I was like, "Nah, man, f that,"
Yep.
But over the years, nostalgia kicks in, and I was like, "Yeah, I remember having to listen to that."
Yep.
Now I'm playing.
What no one remembers, they had a cartoon too.
Yeah, they did.
You go hit that in the YouTube, it'll screw your life up for a while. It's crazy how bad it was. They voiced themselves.
You're talking about they had trading cards. They had
comic books.
Yeah, they had comics. They had. I mean,
really?
Yeah, I mean, NSYNC didn't get that. Boyz II Men didn't get that. I mean, come on. Then they had the right stuff.
I got to hunt down the comics now. I had no idea about that one.
I got one at Heroes Con last year.
Oh man,
Valentine's Day special.
Dude, you just started a collection I did not need, but is going to happen.
There's not a lot of them, so I mean, it's not a.
Yeah, it's not many, so you're good.
Yeah, so I tried to cull some of my comic collecting because you get to a point where you're like, you can't collect everything. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna dump it down to just movie tie-ins, and besides the main runs that I like.
What's up, Brian?
And it slowly became other things, and then it was like, well, how about TV tie-ins? So I had all the Alf runs and Married with Children and all that, and now I'm like, all right, boy band tie-ins.
Well, we have quite, I mean, we've heard a lot of different, people that go after Kiss covers, people that go after Battle Hard cover, I mean, so it's not too out of the.
Yeah, I have an unhealthy amount of Ninja Turtles, and that was when I realized I gotta slow down, or I just won't have a house left at this point.
Yeah, right.
Let's see if I can get back to our questions. Our next question was another music related. I'm getting that. I lost this right here from Frog Brawler. No Effects or Bad Religion?
Bad Religion.
Like that. No, I think everybody in the chat was agreeing with that too. Bad Religion.
Nothing against No Effects, but NoFX basically wrote the same song for 30 years, and I love that song. But
I like that answer. That's
Yeah.
pretty close to my opinion on.
yeah, again, great band, but
Somebody was saying Radio Birdman, attorney at law, Bobby.
Yes.
I mean, you guys
Bobby.
realize as soon as we get off, I'm gonna have to go listen to whatever.
Right,
radio-
whatever
I
you've
hope
been
they don't-
subliminally listening to, you're gonna listen to the songs. You'll be like, "Oh crap, I do know this, but I don't know how I know this."
It's gonna be the opposite. Start playing, they just start screaming racist stuff, and you're like, "Oh God, what have I done?"
Oh, oops.
Our next question comes from Squirrel Wars. Do you prefer boiled or roasted peanuts?
Neither, because I am allergic and I die.
Oh,
It's a good answer. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that's the food you hate the most. Like,
Peanuts, yeah.
In fairness,
You into
probably
asparagus.
a better answer. Yeah.
no, I don't care. I hate asparagus more. Give
You know
me-
what it is? I think I've just avoided peanuts for so long that like you almost don't like they're not even a food to be anymore. I'm like, no, they're just
Yeah.
food, you know.
It's like glue, you know.
But in
nobody-
fairness, it would have been a much better answer than asparagus.
asparagus.
The one that makes
Asparagus
me
ain't gonna
die-
kill you. Yeah.
No, no. Make you uncomfortable, but it won't kill you.
Right. So sticking
Ross,
with the
that's
food.
gonna stick with me for a while now. I'm
What,
gonna
the
think, I'm
peanuts?
like, damn, why am I not? I should be way more afraid of peanuts than asparagus.
Well, we already know you get detailed into food conversations with the whole burrito and wrap thing, so I know
Yeah.
this is gonna like stick with you, you know.
Ooh,
All right, so we got Philtastic. Who is your favorite celebrity chef and why? And you said you're a picky eater, and I
Yeah.
know this has to be an attribute that goes with you. For some reason, I imagine you watch a lot of food stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I watch a lot, and I sit there and I'm like, oh, or why is it so small?
That's what they made.
Yeah, I'm like, it's $88 and you get one strip of steak. I am a big. Oh God, I have to pick one. I'm trying to think who I would pick out of the. I
What's
mean,
up,
everyone
Chris?
loves Bobby Flay. Let's be honest.
Yes.
You can't go wrong.
Bobby
with
Flay. I do like Bobby.
I do
You
not
watched
like.
the.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was going to ask you.
I was gonna
think
say
you're
I'm
about
not.
to say.
I do not like Giada.
Okay.
She haunts my dreams. Annette Botticelli, I love. She's great too.
Mm.
Anybody on
Moran's-
a barbecue show will make me happy too. I'll take Kevin Bloodsoe. He's great.
Bloodsoe, yeah, Bloodsoe's good.
Also, I
Good
can't
answer,
believe
too.
I have this many people like in the clip now that I'm thinking about it.
Ready to go. All right, so we do have Chris the comic vet. He asked, what comic book have you autographed the most in your career?
World Tree. My World Tree one would for sure be that one. Yeah. That one still, it's about a year old at this point, but still pops up all the time.
I'm going to have to go look if I have your. I might have it and not even know I had your variant. 'Cause I have like four. I have like. I love World Tree. I have like right here. I have the first appearance of World Tree, like right next to me.
Yeah, the image. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm stoked I got to do that book for the sheer fact. I mean, not that I don't like other books, but it's always exciting when you get to do something where like the material is something you would legitimately read, collect, love. Like I was so beyond thrilled. Like last year at San Diego, it actually sat me down next to Tinian. Like, we did a signing together. I'm like, oh, this is way out of my league. I'm like, this is. I was like,
How
thank
cool
you.
is that?
Yeah, I was on cloud nine, happy as hell with that one. But it was a weird moment where I'm like, I don't know if I deserve to be sitting here right now, but thank you.
Well, evidently you did. You know, same class.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
I still don't know if I did, but I was there. You know,
We're saying
Well,
you
can't
do.
take it back now.
That's yeah. Yep. Too late now.
all right,
You were
fair
already
enough.
on the panel, so
That's true. That's true.
it
I was
already happened.
Yep,
Can't
no
take it
takebacks. Gotcha.
Right. So we got Frog Baller, and he asked favorite book and why. And I'm gonna say novel, comic book? You know, I mean, he didn't clarify, so.
I'll give you both. My favorite book is, this is going to sound lame, but I was obsessed with it, was called The Reluctant Messiah. I am not a religious person, just to kind of clarify that, but it's this book about a guy who gets basically chosen to be the next Messiah of the world, and he's just a guy who flies planes, and he doesn't know how to deal with it or what to do, and he wants nothing to do with it. And it's a really interesting kind of concept, and it's super short. It's an awesome read and a weird, kind of question what you do in everyday life and how fast that can change into something that means way more than, oh yeah, I gotta take the trash out for work today.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Never heard of them.
Yeah, it's literally like a 50-page book. It's super quick. It's really cool. Comic is harder. Again, I'll skip Ninja Turtles because it's too cheap and easy, because that's my favorite of all time. Long Halloween is probably,
that's a good one.
Court of Owls. I mean, I read The Dark Knight Dark Knight Returns every year. It's like it's
a good one.
I mean, it's perfect.
I'm a Batman fan, so you speak my language.
I read it every year repeatedly because it's just a perfect book. So I guess I'll go. You know what? We'll go with Dark Knight Returns just because it feels right.
I like Old Man Batman too.
Yes.
It works.
Yeah. Any of those ones that the arc just feels like a book. Batman in that time period, let's say like late 80s to mid 90s, it just, everything about it was awesome. It just, everything works. It felt like a real person. Like it was just, I love that whole era.
I'm right there with you.
Nice.
Next question from DJ Links. What was the last classic movie that was released by your definition?
Oh, man. That's a deep one.
I'm a movie buff, and I don't even know if I have an answer to that. Like, what was the last classic movie?
I mean, I guess it depends what you think is classic.
It's classic, yeah.
I think Bad Boys 2 is the most classic movie of all time. So, oh, man.
I think I know mine.
What's that?
Yours?
The last classic movie. Well, you made me think of it, was Terminator 2. I feel like that's a classic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw that recently and I loved it.
Someone just said Top Gun Maverick. That was incredible. I could see
the new one.
Yeah.
That
Tyler.
was good.
What's up, Tyler?
Oh, what's up, Tyler?
I'm gonna go with and I really hate the first
Godzilla
answer
Minus
either.
One was freaking amazing too. That was classic.
I'm
going to say that.
Yep. I was about to say I will co-sign that one right now.
That was phenomenal.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Avatar, the first one, or The Matrix, the first one. As the last of the classic, because I want to say Matrix was still using common puppeteering with the the new 3D.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it depends on what your definition of classic.
Yeah, I feel like Matrix would definitely fall under that, because you can't have a classic that was released in 2018. It hasn't had enough time to stew. But
Godzilla Minus One was released
I was about to say Godzilla Minus One is probably
Top Gun Maverick is 2 years old, 3 years old.
That movie was so.
What's up, Shop? How you doing?
So
Hey,
good.
what up, Shop?
All right, let me see if I can. No, but all real good answers, and I guess it just means last time you had a really good movie feeling after leaving the theater or watching it at home, kind of thing.
You know what's a movie that I would bet people think that about, and I am one of the rare haters of it, was Hereditary. Everyone lost their minds for Hereditary, and I hated that movie.
I want to say it was okay in my. I didn't think.
It's just, I remember sitting there and being like, "What?" People are like, "Oh, it's the next Exorcist," and I'm like, "Have you?"
They did
people
the same
seen
thing
The
with
Exorcist?
Midsommar, and I didn't think that one was as big as. That's like everybody's hyped on Longlegs right now, and I know Aaron in the chat he saw it. I mean it's a good film, but I don't know if it's like, like the hype behind
Yeah.
it is worth it. I mean it's a great film, but as far as like, oh my god, it's the next like, Seven or something. No.
I did see Nicolas Cage's makeup for it, which sold me on it completely. So I will be seeing it for sure. But
he was excellent. It was a really good movie. I'm not but
it's
I want to say Late Night with the Devil was a lot better.
So good.
Ooh,
yeah,
so good.
That was really good.
I want to say, like, I mean, a lot of people have a weird definition of like what's popping right now. To me, horror movies are popping, and not mainstream. It's the like in the background horror movies, but there have been a lot of good horror movies like left and right. Like there was that one on Hulu that was about the alien invasion, and the whole movie was like it was following the mute girl, so it was pretty much silent the whole film. What was that movie?
I haven't seen that. That sounds cool.
It was really good, and you don't know it's. I want to say an alien invasion movie until like halfway through or something like that, because there's no dialogue kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, Late Night with the Devil. It's gonna be a shame if it's not Oscar. I mean, it's not going to be, but it should be. Like it's.
I want to say like at first it was talked about it like it should have been, and now it's kind of like hitting the back burner. Like I don't hear anybody mentioning it.
That movie was incredible. He writes comics too. On a side note, if anyone,
yeah, he does.
His stuff is so good.
Yeah, that was a really dope movie.
He's coming up to Terrificon up in Connecticut, where I'll be, and I'm looking forward to trying to figure out how to be a nerd and fan out with him without it costing me like $198 or whatever their crazy meet and greet fee will be.
Looking for the next question. Most of us just chat back and forth. All right, here we go. From Philtastic, we got a film is being made about your life. What songs are on the soundtrack?
Oh man, this is deep for quarter.
I warned you.
You could put some I'm Too Sexy.
Yeah, that's it, Fred.
Yeah. No, all right. I'm going back to the list now. Hold on.
You cheater. You flipping.
Yeah. No, I'm totally cheating.
Because I need Birdman.
Yeah.
Birdman attorney, Ed Law, DJ Birdman.
I have a list in here that rotates that's called 50, and it's what I consider to be the 50 best songs of all time.
50 worst songs ever made.
Yeah. And I would say some of those would definitely be on the list. Okay. I'll give a couple here. I Just Wasn't Made for These Times by the Beach Boys. Modern Love, David Bowie. New Feeling, Talking Heads.
All right.
People Who Died, Jim Carroll Band. In Circles, Sunny Day Real Estate.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Novocaine for the Soul by the Eels. Stars by Hum.
All right.
Let's see what else. And we'll stick in Still Ill by the Smiths too.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, bunch of sad boy music probably.
Yeah, I was about to say you've got like depressing.
It sounds more
depressing with the beat.
Yeah. It's depressing, but you can still dance a little bit.
Right. There's some headway.
It's depressing to it.
Yeah. My buddy in high school, speaking of the South Park, used to always tell me that I was like the goth kids on South Park. And it used to upset me. And like the older I get, the more I'm like, nah, man, you nailed it. That was me.
That was me. Yeah. Did you
right.
do the side shuffle or did you
Oh, yeah,
actually
yeah.
do like, oh, okay, I got you.
Hell no.
All right, so Bobby Delicato asked, did you like that movie Castaway when Tom Hanks kept calling out your name? Wilson,
So-
Matt Wilson.
No, no.
I had
Deep
I had
cuts,
a gym
Bobby, deep
teacher in
cuts.
high school who thought that was the greatest thing of all time.
And
His name
they
was
just
Coach
stuck
Ma,
with that?
and I will never. Every time I would see him, he'd just go Wilson. Now, and I remember going to him one day, my senior year of high school. I was not what you would call a good student, and I said, "Moff, I'm going to make you a deal." He goes, "What's that?" I'm like, "You can scream Wilson in the hallway as much as you want, but I'm never going to change for Jim. Just don't fail me." And that was the deal we cut, which I'm pretty sure is well past statute of limitations to talk about now. But yeah, I was just like, I am never going to participate or do anything, but you can harass me as much as you want as long as I don't have to. So wasn't a bad deal, I think, you know.
Yeah.
I bought him a volleyball when I graduated because I thought it was
Full circle, huh?
yeah. I was like, here you go, man. In his fairness, he gave me a B. I think he just respected that I was like dumb enough to walk up to a teacher and be like, hey, I'm not going to do anything. If you don't fail me, I'll let you insult me to my face. Like,
See, mine
I
insulted
could-
me anyway.
Right.
He called us
I could give
hammerheads.
kudos.
Hey,
Hamheads?
you hammerheads. What are you doing over there? You
Is
you
that an
dummies?
insult? Or it kind of sounds like a positive, you know, depending on who you're talking to.
yeah.
Nah,
I
he
can't
was
tell
like-
you what
called
my
us
shop
dummies.
teacher called me because this stream would get shut down. But
Right? My math
Yeah,
teacher.
they had plenty of names for me. Don't worry. But Wilson was the one that drove me nuts because everybody thought it was hilarious. And the worst part was, like, talk about classics. I did not like that movie. I just kept getting bothered. I was like, why would you save a package for this long? That doesn't make any sense.
The story behind it is like, and when you try and point it out to like people that love that movie, it's like they don't see a lot of the obvious. Like that,
Yeah.
nobody would do a lot of this stuff. Like that would
I
not
think
be your.
I had a job. I was like, I don't like my job enough to do anything when I'm at it. Never mind if I'm stuck on an island. I'd be like, I have to maintain the
Right?
integrity of
Like
my
after you clock out, you're not sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna deliver that package, even though it's like, no, get out of here.
telling me I'm like I could die any minute. I'm like, well, I got to keep these ice skates safe for Suzanne. You know?
You gotta keep these ice skates safe from my teeth. You know?
To save them.
DJ Links asked, how do you feel about found footage horror films?
I am actually a found footage apologist when done well. Like, I love the Blair Witch Project. I think that movie is incredible. There's plenty of terrible found footage movies too. Let's not, forget that. But I think when it's used for what it is, it can be really good. Like so the VHS movies, I was mixed on some of them, but there was two incredible ones for me. One that's like a movie from the view of the dog during an alien abduction, which I thought I was like, this is nothing's been done like this. I love this. And then another one where I want to say it was Korea, and it takes place in a school where like all the students and faculty go crazy.
It's like a cult. Yeah, that one was good.
Both of those work for me, and the reason why is it felt like something that actually would be found footage. Like, I know dogs that they have little cameras around their neck, and I could see someone finding this being like, the hell happened on this farm? And then watching that video back and be like, this dog got abducted by aliens. Like, if there's a reason for the found footage, I'm in. If there's no reason, I hate it. Like, there was a found footage, it was a Diary of the Dead from the Land of the Deads,
yeah, I did not like that. No, it was just them. I think they put that title in there because they were just recording with a bad camera, and they were just like, "Oh, it's found footage."
Exactly how it felt. Yeah, I was like, "There's no reason for this." Like,
No.
Cloverfield, I dug because they even took a moment to make sense of where they asked the camera guy, and they're like, "Why are you filming?" He goes, "It doesn't feel real if I'm filming," and I'm like, "That because I could see myself in that
Yeah,
situation
that makes
doing
sense. Yeah.
something like that. where I'm
Actually,
like,
Cloverfield was the second. Besides Blair Witch, that was like the second one that popped in my mind. Rec
Yeah.
would be like the third one, like
Yeah.
an REC or.
Yep.
No, but I'm kind of in the same column. There are good, and that's like Paranormal Activity. I liked a couple of them because they actually used it right, and then there's like other ones that they're just using that effect to tell a story, and it's like, well, why did you use this effect, kind of thing.
Yep. What's the real value of what's happening here? There was
Right.
Quarantine.
What's
I
up,
think it
Busy?
was, and
Quarantine was
started
all right.
off- like I loved the concept of it because I'm like, oh, they're all stuck in an apartment building. Like again,
Yeah,
this
Quarantine
sense that
Dog.
people
Yeah.
are filming and like, if you can defend why it exists, I'm on board. But I mean, that's any horror movie to me. Like if other than like
True,
silly
true.
ones, I'm like, give me some sort of concept. Like part of what killed The Walking Dead for me, like I loved it at first, but I hit a point where I'm like, there can't be anything left to kill. Like there's no stakes anymore. You've killed 500,000 zombies. There aren't that many people in the United States that could possibly be a zombie anymore. Like,
I'll tell you my problem with Walking Dead because I'm the same thing. I loved it at first, and then it just got stale. My problem is none of these people in that world think big enough. You're telling me like I know all them people are zombies, and like I can go out there and get rid of them, kill them. Like I would be coming up with these crazy ass machines that
yes.
we would not have around here because they're just absolutely killing machines. But you're talking about just a grinder, just give me some spokes, a couple big wheels, and I'll roll through all these. I mean, come on now.
And again, like
Um,
you hit a point eventually where like, if there's, let's say 100 million people in America survive the zombie apocalypse, how long would it take to kill 200 million zombies? 3
Right.
days? 4 days? Like it just
Forever.
like it just didn't work for me after a while where I'm like, no, you guys would have won by now. Like you did it. Like you're done.
You did it.
kind of. It's kind of. What's up, Kelly? How you doing, Kelly?
Kelly.
I do like the beginning at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. It's again, if you had told me The Walking Dead was 2-3 season, it's a great show. Just wrap it up for me and I'm thrilled. And even if you wrapped it up with there is no end, it's just here they go. They walked off.
I can do with it being a forever show. You just need the imagination to keep it going, and that they just don't have it. They're like their answer was like, "Oh, we're gonna come and suck up Rick from and take him somewhere mysteriously for like a couple of years." And no, but my idea is like, and this is a lot of writers out there. They just have these great, phenomenal ideas, and they have no finish to their story. Like they come up with this cool world, this cool reason why these people are doing what they're doing in the world, but then there's no end game. It's like, okay, where are we going with this?
I
Like,
think you kind of become the victim of your own success because you wrote this incredible story so much that people want to know more, and you're like, that was the story. There is no more. Like, no, dude, you need more because people want to know now. Like, how do you write yourself out of something? Like, look at Lost. Lost is a great example of that where how did something so good get to a point where you're like, I don't even care about. I hope they all die. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, like I love Lost, but like, and the ending sucks. But it's a great example of like them having that great idea and starting out in one direction. And they're like, yeah, this is so cool. We got all this mystery and intrigue. We're setting up all these like Easter eggs, but they didn't have any like end game to any of that. And you're talking about like Easter eggs, the mystery that was going on, and then on top of that, you're trying to like. Every character you introduce on the show are bad. They're there for redemption and stuff. And you're like, okay, well, what's the only, most people are like, yeah, they're in hell or it's some sort of, yeah, well, what else are they supposed to conclude to? That's the only reasonable.
the only thing that makes any sense. The other one that took me out, which I will never forgive, was Dexter. because I was so invested in Dexter.
Oh, I love Dexter. The ending.
Felt like
Oh.
the same thing where they're like, we need to go another 2 seasons. And they were like, all right, what if he becomes a lumberjack? And it was like, get out of my house. Get out.
Well, okay, they continued it in the comics, and in the comics they did it right. In the comics, he actually leaves America and he goes to Australia, and he kind of like restarts it over there. And that I liked, but even I don't know if you watched, like, I forget what it's called, but the continuing, like, the Dexter Part 2 or whatever, like, they kind of did the same thing where it was like, they just fizzled out the ending. Like, it starts out good, and it's like they really didn't have it. I mean, Dexter, I mean, you could have got a whole bunch of different ways. I mean, you could have had it where, like, the FBI finally caught on to this guy. There was this huge raid catching him I mean, no, and the ending we got was like,
even if they catch him, that's a whole nother show there. Now I've got a crime drama that I can watch through Courtroom and through all the, like, there was so many more interesting ways, and they were like, nah, he cuts trees.
yeah. He went off into the woods, and he's just.
I really like Dexter though too.
Dexter was good. I mean, the whole premise behind it, the whole, like, I mean, you're talking about right there. They had the best thing going. They should have kept going the serial killer versus serial killer. Like, he's moving to different territory, running in their territory, and because, I mean, as a fan of the show, you're like, how do you get people to morally watch this and not be, like, offended because he's just straight killing people and it's weird? No, he's out there, like, killing other serial killers. You know?
Yeah, you were able to rectify it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and then they ruined that format by doing the whole sister thing and the FBI trying to catch them, and then they did it in the whole, like, weird, like, well, we're not really gonna catch them, we're gonna make it look like, get out of here.
Yeah, I remember I had fallen off. I missed most of the last season. I'm like, I'm gonna catch up before it ends, and I watched it straight through, and then watched the last episode, and I was like, I wish I never did this. I wish I just left it alone.
Left it at one point, and that was it.
I would have been totally happy.
I think that's a lot of people's answers to Game of Thrones. But honestly, I'm thinking of Game of Thrones, and I want to give them kudos, because they did a lot better finishing that show than some of these other, like, very popular shows like Dexter. I mean, Dexter was huge. I mean, you could have had, like, a grand finale. I mean, you're talking about people still talk about Breaking Bad to this day. Like, it could have had one of those,
Yeah.
Fun fact, I have never seen a Game of Thrones episode.
I'm in the column where I like it. I mean, House of Dragons is like, I want to say that's like top TV right there. But like Game of Thrones, up to a certain point it is, and then it just, you have this imagination of the ending. I mean, and they go left field with it. Most imaginations are no. I mean, I'm in the column where the ending wasn't bad. It wasn't what I wanted. It's not the worst, but like they could have gone in a whole bunch of different directions, and the one they chose was the more like Americanized, like, let's go romance, and
not what people wanted out of it at all.
Yeah. Watching Game of Thrones for the romance, that's what I was doing. We're caught up on our questions. That's all our questions right now.
Quick, CJ Links, act more.
Do you have any questions, Roscoe?
I do. Matt, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
If you had an action figure made of yourself, what outfit are you wearing, and what one accessory do you have?
Damn, that's a cool question. What? Okay. I'll give you the lame answer for accessory. I'm going to say sunglasses because I have tiny little sensitive eyeballs, so I'm always wearing sunglasses. Plus, I can pretend I look cool. But
I like that.
But what outfit?
I'd be pretty mad if that was, if I was a kid and that was the
accessory that I got
with the Matt Wilson figure,
with
a pair of sunglasses.
Well,
are they at least like Ray-Bans?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they'll be cool sunglasses.
Oh,
The
okay.
other option, because I was always a huge fan when I was a kid, any toy that came with a briefcase that opened and had something
Oh,
really, would have
I'd
like a
go with that.
computer or something useless in it.
I like that. Some money, some
Yeah,
jewels. I
Yeah.
like that. Some files.
Yeah. I would co-sign that as well. I'm trying to think. Outfits. That's a hard one. I have no idea. What would I be wearing? I'd want something like all the figures that I love always had outfits that were not what they actually wore in the movie, or like all those Batman figures. It would be like jungle camo Batman.
I
Like
have some of them up there.
like that. I want that.
Ice caper Batman that never shows up.
Yeah, like any. I mean, I'm another one of my many collections are those movie Batman figures because they just make no sense, but in the best ways possible. So I don't know. Maybe I'd have like I don't know, like some kind of neon green diving suit for no reason.
That's what was coming up for me. I was thinking Scuba Steve, when I was like envisioning this, But I like the green, you'd be like hot neon green, like, and then with the briefcase too, and then sunglasses, oh, I love it. You'd have the flippers, the sunglasses, and a briefcase. We don't know what's in the briefcase. It could be a computer, could be some files, could be pineapple. We don't know.
Yeah, you put me in a refrigerator, I turn a different color.
It could be walnuts.
Oh no.
It could be peanuts, and you use that to kill other. That's what you're killing.
That's
heroes
what he has that to tell people he can't eat these, and then he throws it at people.
Yeah. Keep these away from me.
I figured I'd get one that's in a shell, so he wouldn't have to touch the.
Right. It's in a plastic container. All right. So Philtastic asked, who is your favorite traditional artist and comic artist?
Okay, so my favorite comic artist was a turtle artist, or still is a turtle, I should say, named Jim Lawson. I've always been in love with he has these very weird geometric designs that he does. I find them just, no one creates anything like what he does. So I think they're incredible. Classic artist. Here comes my art school in me that will probably not make sense with me being a comic artist, but I was a huge Lichtenstein fan who did like these very geometric linear paintings, which I loved. I don't know why, but they were always huge for me.
Artist I know, so that works for me.
Oh, there you go. I planned it that way.
You could have named off a ton of art. I'd be like, yeah.
Of course, yes. Bill Schmuga. Another comic artist I'll throw out there because he's probably got a little more of a direct influence on the kind of stuff I do. Is I was a huge Bill Sienkiewicz fan. I think his style is just.
I like Bill.
Yeah, it's weird.
Pencil work. Yeah, it's so abstract.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm very well aware that like my style is not a traditional like pen and ink comic style, and I think a lot of that is from the weirds. Like I grew up on the Jim Lee's, like that was what I read, Todd McFarlane's, all that, but it was never the kind of art I did, and I was always weird and messy. And that when you start discovering people like Sienkiewicz, or like now you have like Martin Simmons on like Department of Truth, and you're like, oh, this is just weird. Like I'm so sold on any of that.
I like all of them, like the abstract, and it varies if they do it right. But Bill, oh, he had those pencil lines. Oh, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was just talking about Bill Sienkiewicz. I was telling 35 Cent the other day that he did an Alf cover for Alf Annual issue number 1.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is. As I mentioned, I am a proud Alf Run collector. And
that's why I wanted to bring it up. I was curious if you had it.
Oh, it's phenomenal and it has no right to exist at all. Like there's no reason that should be a thing.
Yeah, I love that. I saw that and I was like, yep, that needs to be in my PC. I love the weird.
Yep. I'm the same way. There's so another kind kind of more modern artists that I don't think anywhere near the love they deserve. It's a guy named Jim Mafood.
Oh, hell yeah.
I
Fear and Loathing, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love his stuff, and like he's done so many variants that have flown under the radar, because I think people are just like, oh, that's weird, and I'm like, take a minute, I'm like, drink it in, it's craziness, like,
I love that. They flew under the window and hit the wall. No.
yeah,
Space Ninja.
Yeah, I like Jim Mafood. I missed him at Heroes, though. I was kind of upset I missed seeing him.
he usually does New York. I don't know if you're hitting New York this year or not, but
Nah. I'm going to
Heroes.
be...
So have you been to Heroes before this year, or was that your first one?
No, I went last year.
Okay, so that was my first one. That show blew me away.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I had no idea what to expect, other than like people like, oh, it's a great show, you got to do it. And I'm like, that's what everyone says about every show. And I got set up in my little weird table that was 5 feet from the bathroom, so I was already scared, because I'm like, it's never a good sign when you have the art table in the back corner near a bathroom. You know, you start to realize where you are on the totem pole. And the incredible thing about Heroes is that everybody there is an art fan and a comic fan and a people fan, and they just want to talk and hang out and BS about art and other things that they like. I mean, it was unreal. Like I want that show to be tomorrow. Like, I'm ready to go back.
All of us are. And most of us are planning on returning to Heroes Con.
Yep.
Heroes Con was phenomenal. I mean, the size, the space, the layout, and all the vendors. It was not only a pretty con, but it was I would say it's a comic book con. You know, it was nice to actually have, like, you know, very few other vendors that weren't comic related, you know.
And like, I like other stuff at my cons. There's nothing wrong with it.
Me too.
It was
But
nice to be at a show where the person coming up to my table didn't go, "Ah, so what is this?" And it's like, it's a comic book. Like, oh, people still read those? And it's like, nope.
No.
Move along. These are not the droids you're looking for.
Actually, you know what the best thing? This is going to sound really sad, but the best thing to me about Heroes was the fact that they had, oh my God, what's it called? The chicken place that was upstairs. I'm thinking Boscov's, but that's not the
Bojangles.
Bojangles.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bojangles.
Not only did they have Bojangles, but it was regular prices. I didn't have to pay $27 to get a 3-piece chicken tender in a convention. I was on cloud 9. I was going over the window.
Had some caveats. You know? It was easy to get into. There was, you know, that was a nice con.
Yeah, I'm couldn't be more stoked about going back to that one. Plus, you have the comics curing cancer guys, who I love, and I know you guys know. And
absolutely.
Here, I'll spill I haven't even told Lynx this yet, so if he's still in the chat, he's going to learn right now. So last year I did a book for comics curing cancer, because my theory is, however I can help, I want to help. You know, that's the kind of cause you want to be a part of. And this year I'm doing it again, and I have a Flash Gordon #1 I'm going to be donating to it, so you'll be able to buy that through them. And
and then that book is hot right now.
I know it'll be a little more of a, not that there was anything wrong with Unnatural Order, but you know, no one knew what Unnatural Order was. At least Flash Gordon, like, if you have any desire to kind of be like, oh, I'd love to throw them a couple bucks, here's a thing that you know, and can hopefully you know, get a little joy.
DJ's excited. Aaron's excited. No, there's a lot of fans of that book out there.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I love what those dudes do, and I like everyone involved with it. And it's just, I think, unfortunately, as depressing as it is everybody we know is affected by cancer. You know, like I don't have any friends with lupus, you know, like, but it's out there, but it's like everybody knows someone with cancer. So I'm like, if me paying to have a book printed can bring a bunch of money in to help people, like, that's the least I can do, you know? And I'd rather do that than give it to some big company that'll throw half of it in the garbage. So, hey, did someone just crap on soda though?
They did.
No, I take it back. They're not getting the book anymore.
It's zero sugar. It's diet.
I got to let people know to start sending in your at-home artwork if you haven't already to me. I know I have a couple. I just got one from Lorenzo. I got one from Bobby. I got one from Manny. Tricky. Oh man, I got quite a few tonight. Excellent.
I already warned poor Roscoe about this, but I'm slow.
I'm slow too, man.
Yeah, I was about to say Roscoe's been known to take his time.
There's
Yeah.
good
measure.
nothing wrong
Good
with it.
measure.
I always
No.
apologize because, at shows, I very rarely ever take commissions because I don't want to give people crap, and because I'm not fast, So what I tend to try to do is stockpile stuff beforehand and like characters people will want, because I want people to be able to get stuff, but I don't want to be like, well, here's what I can do in an hour, and it's not good,
Yeah.
So
I'd prefer that as a customer, or
yeah. So what do you want? Here's a garbage thing. Sorry, like that's a bummer.
because also how many even if you're doing them like in an hour, hypothetically, how many of those can you do at in a 3-day weekend? So there's quite a bit of people that.
Yeah, if you're not worried about, I'll do it at home and ship it to you too. I'd rather be able to give you time. Like the way I look at conventions is probably the wrong way from a business perspective, but my theory is I'm there to talk to people and hang out and sign comics and stuff too. But it's like I'm there to connect with people. That's why I'm at a convention. If I was just there to draw pictures, I can do that at home. So it's like I'd rather hang out and BS with people all day and make relationships with folks when I'm there in person and draw when I'm at home. Now, if I got downtime, obviously I'll draw stuff while I'm there. But it's like, I don't know, I'm here because there's people here. I'd rather hang out with them at that time,
I'd say that's the perfect answer because that's the way I view it. It's more like a meet and greet for fans to their favorite artist or writers kind of thing, or personality kind of thing.
And all of us have had that weird moment where you go to approach someone's table and you see them going to town on something. You're like, I don't want to bug them. They look like they're busy, and I'm like, that's not the vibe I want to be giving off while I'm going, Of course, I say that, and someone will be at WickedCon in 2 weeks and be like, "Man, that asshole was just staring at the floor the whole day."
No, I find that more approachable as like a comic-going fan. Approaching writers or artists. It is more accessible if they're not head down, busy. Kind of thing. Because
Actually, let's put it to the test, Roscoe. What was I doing when you came up to me?
Eating Bojangles. No lie, I swear to you. I swear you were eating it, and that's why I scared you. I think because you literally were eating, and then like you didn't see me at first, and then I'm like, and you're like, oh, like I'm trying to. I was like, it's all good, but yeah,
that's amazing. All right, so I wasn't doing exactly what I said. That's amazing.
No, but you're living, and that's
you caught me on my natural habitat of being a proud fat kid.
It was funny.
Dude, Bojangles I've never experienced. That chicken was everything that I thought KFC would have been.
It's good. Oh. And they were everywhere, man. Like you went right around the corner from the con. There was an actual Bojangles restaurant right next to like a Burger King. It was nice that they actually had like, fast food and stuff near.
Coming back to the East Coast after that was rough. I'm like, I want Bojangles. I need some delicious biscuits. Like, that's funny. I'm sitting here talking a big game, and he's like, when I walked up to you, you were just shoveling chicken.
You were just eating some chicken. Got a question from Phil. He said, what are your thoughts on AI? And I'm assuming like AI art or just AI in general.
So
if you have an opinion, he might not have an opinion.
Nah, we all have opinions. Let's be honest. I think like any other tool, AI has a place of being useful. I think where it gets dangerous is when it's used for something that should be created with your brain. if that makes sense. Like I've used Chat GPT countless times to, create body copy for a email for work. Like I spend 5 hours doing that. I need legalese for a contest,
Mm-hmm.
But if you're saying I'm going to write a story,
using GPT,
it just doesn't feel right anymore. I'm like that. Now, if you go the opposite way, if you say, hey, I like to use AI to write stories, great. If you're telling me that you didn't write it, I don't care. If that's how you want to do it, go to town, man. I'm not going to get as upset as a lot of folks are. I think the amount of it in comics now is terrifying. I don't understand how it happens so quick. I don't understand from the view of an artist why you would want it that way. Like, I got into art because I like making stuff. So the concept to me of going, well, instead of making stuff, I'll hit this button and have a sandwich feels counterintuitive to me.
Have somebody else create it for me?
Yeah, I'm like, then
not even somebody else.
Yeah, and the thing is, if like that's what you want to do, then you probably don't want to be an artist. Like that's not your goal, and that's cool. Like go write prompts to do Python coding. That's okay. Go to town. But like it just feels weird. Like I don't know. Like I said, I feel like it has every tool has a place. It's just it doesn't have a place in creation, in my opinion. Like again, like if I have to write I'm looking at my refrigerator and I need an instruction manual on how to use that refrigerator. Great. Use AI because that would take you 12 hours to write and who cares? But if you said I'm going to design a refrigerator and have it have the most useful amount of cubic space inside and you asked AI to do that, I think that's lame. You're no longer an industrial designer. You're just a dude who said, draw me a refrigerator. So,
a dude that can operate a computer.
Yeah. Now, at the same time, I try not to have like the angry grandpa answer because it's like I still walk the line between digital and hand-drawn stuff, and my work has both in it. And I remember a time when people were like, Photoshop in art? And it's like, and the thing is, once people learn more and realize that Photoshop didn't mean you just hit a button and all of a sudden there was a picture of Winnie the Pooh, it became more accepted. But the difference with this is you hit a button and there's a Winnie the Pooh. So like, I don't know. I think there's a lot of ethicalness that's still kind of shaken loose with it. And right now it's exciting to people. Like they have the ability to type anything and it magically appears. This is like what they promised us in the Jetsons, and we just never got it. So I think a lot of people are tempted to play with it that maybe don't need to play with it at this point. I don't know. I mean, here, I'll show you. I'll make you laugh right now. Since we're talking about it, I'll tell you a horrible story and then I'll show you a picture. So today I was mowing my lawn and my heart shattered into a million pieces because a little bunny ran under my lawnmower and died. And I was distraught and felt like a garbage human being for like 5 hours. And I made a joke to my buddy that I wanted a like when you go to the mall and you'd get like the rest in peace grandma t-shirts.
I
need a rest in peace bunny t-shirt. But I was like, so I went into Chat GPT and I was like, I wonder if this is a thing. So I'm the proud owner of a rest in peace bun t-shirt design. But like, but like this is the thing, like that's insane that exists, But it's also, this is what throws me off about it. If I put this on Instagram tomorrow and I was like, here's my new painting, there's not one person that's going to be like, oh, Matt painted that because it looks nothing like my work.
Your art, yeah.
And I think that's where these guys are getting lost is you see, you watch someone draw something, then you look at their final product and you're like, these are two different things. Like, how are you gonna sneak this by on this Winnie the Pooh with 12 fingers and 3 hands? Yeah, I love that. There was some whatnot drama I saw that had me dying, where a guy got called out for using AI, and he's like, "Why do you think it uses AI?" And he's like, "Well, because the hand has 6 fingers." The guy goes, "That was an Easter egg. I wanted to see if anyone was paying attention." And I'm like, just admit it.
That was an Easter egg. I put a deep cut. I put that in there on purpose.
Yeah, I was like, that's the worst Easter egg ever. That was the best you got. I'm like, my God.
Might have been.
I don't know. But yeah, so long and short of it, I think AI as a tool is awesome. I think about like I used to work in like super corporate America. I worked for an IT company, and having the ability to like script things in AI would have been, I mean, half my life would have been back. I wouldn't have been up at 4 a.m. But that's a different world, you know? Good question. Like technically I have 10.
Right.
But yeah, as far as art creation, design, house plan, anything where it's supposed to take your brain to make something feels dirty to me. You know, it just, I always thought the machines were supposed to do the jobs that suck. Like I want AI to go do my laundry, wash my dishes, mow the lawn,
Right.
frees me up to draw and create and live life. And we kind of went the other way, which confuses me.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna be living like the Jetsons right now. It's like robot
Instead,
that.
I'm working and AI is creating art. So not for me.
I'm just gonna throw this out there, but like early 2000s, you know, PS1, some other things. I was doing these like music makers, and basically I'd like, you know, I'd give this machine an example of the music I wanted, and it would create music. And this was way before AI. You know, but like I didn't see it as a problem back then, but now it's become this. I want to say the problem with AI is when people start like claiming it's their own kind of
Yes.
thing. Like
Yeah.
like I made this song when like AI wrote the song and came up with the beat. No, or I wrote this movie and no, the script was like 100% chat GPT. Or
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
my problem.
Intention is what it is to me. I kind of agree. Like if you're at home, like there's a site where you can make songs right now. You just type in lyrics, and I've made so many dumb, funny songs about farting, and it's great. The minute I go out and I go, hey, do you guys want to hear the song I made? It's like, oh no, you what? Oh, oh,
Throw a dad joke in there, huh?
That is.
Throw a dad joke. You're splitting hairs, huh?
Oh, I'm upset about how good that was. For the record, I was like distraught. I usually consider
I can
myself
tell.
a relatively emotionless person. And like I ran over a bunny and I was just in my house like, what have I done? Who are these people? What's happened? Like it was crazy. I was like,
It's
look at
kind
that.
of, I'll say that that's very unique, since you're like a horror buff kind of, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
usually it'd be like the opposite where you're like into killing the bunnies kind
So
of thing. And
I thought about something. This is what I think. So there's like 1 million bunnies in my backyard. I don't know why. And like they're my little buddies, basically. Like I go sit on my deck and they
got a
all
whole
look
ranch.
at me while I eat dinner and all that. And I'm like, so I feel like I just like killed one of my friend's kids. Like that's what it feels like. Where I'm like, I'm so sorry, guys. You know, your dumb kid ran out in the street. I didn't know what to do. Like that's how I feel. Like I just feel real bad. Like
well, you need to sit down with your family, and you need to like have one of those like toolbox safety meetings and teach them that the lawnmower is bad. We don't run into the
it's a
lawnmower.
no-no place. Yeah. The lawnmower is a no-no place.
You see what happened to Whiskers? He disappeared. He just turned into like fluff.
Yeah. Well, here's what was screwed up about it without getting too dark is it didn't kill him. So I turned the lawnmower around thinking like, oh no, something happened. And there was just like half a rabbit that just kept picking his head up and putting it down. So it was like watching it. So I was like, this is horrible. I'm like, this poor little dude was just going for a run and out here with a fake
Now
giant
he's half a bunny.
Yeah.
Now he's in a rest in peace shirt. No, I'm just kidding.
R.I.P. Bun Bun.
R.I.P.
Was that our last question, Mike?
He's like, God, I hope it was.
Yeah, pretty much. Let me double check. I think so.
I see one last one that I just saw come up. That's why I was curious. Yeah.
Bobby asked, do y'all hear something?
Do you hear that? Do you hear that, Matt?
gonna hit me with Black Sheep right now? Okay, I'm ready.
All right, Matt. This is this or that, man. Are you ready?
I am. Yeah, you started Black Sheep. I'm 100%.
All right. Rock and roll or hip hop?
Oh, that's not fair.
A lot of these aren't.
I'm all right. I'm gonna. I'll say rock and roll.
Oh, now you're off the show. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's. Because I was raised on hip hop, but then like punk rock changed my life. So like that's a hard one for me right there.
You just lost half your fan base.
Oh, that's hard.
All right. Next question: hoodie or jacket?
Hoodie.
Waffles or pancakes?
Ooh. Let's go pancakes.
All right. Would you rather be stuck in a cage with a lion or stuck in a pool with a shark?
Lion, because I don't have to keep swimming.
Long trips, driver or passenger?
Driver. I have a control problem.
Lazy boy recliner or outdoor hammock?
Lazy boy.
Would you rather be a villain against the Justice League or against the X-Men?
Okay, is this the Snyder Justice League? Because that doesn't seem fair to them.
You pick.
Probably the Justice League, because I feel like they never have their crap together. And at least the X-Men sometimes can get violent when they need to.
See, I'd go the X-Men route because you could like the X-Men bad guys always turn into good guys. So
that is true.
Like, you're kind of safe. You know, most other bad guys in other franchise. I mean, look at Zack Snyder's Justice League. What they did to Steppenwolf. I mean, he dead. You know, like he ain't coming back.
Right.
Like at least in the X-Men world, you like, you know, you get second chances in BS. And
yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, you might have swayed me on that one because
you go with the Avengers. Look what they did to Thanos. I mean, he went straight for the, you know,
person on Earth got to go on vacation. So
true,
right?
You know what? I'm changing my answer. I'm back. Yeah, I'm going. Yeah,
I like it. I'll accept it.
All right. Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Card game or board game?
Board.
Ninjas or pirates?
Oh, ninjas. No one likes pirates. Come on.
Hey, you never know.
What?
A good movie or a good TV series?
Movie.
Hairy like beast or made out of rocks like thing?
his expression.
Oh man.
Difficult question.
The first thing I didn't know where that was going, and all I could think of was that line from Austin Powers of her saying, "You're hairy like animal." I'd probably go beast. He seems soft, you know.
Okay.
What if he's not? It's all like pube hair.
Some people said they'll shave. They can shave it at least.
That's true.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
But
your hair like hair.
Pinball or skee ball?
Oh, pinball! I love pinball.
Better Batman villain, Bane or Penguin?
Ooh. I would say Penguin, not because he was necessarily a good villain, but because it has a longer story potential. Bane is just, he's going to beat the shit out of you and you're done. So like Penguin has more long-term storytelling for my comic needs, we'll say.
Okay. Cake or pie?
Let's go cake.
Henchman. Would you rather be a henchman to Two-Face or a henchman for Kingpin?
Oh, Kingpin, because he probably pays better.
Beer or wine?
I don't drink, so neither one.
Okay. Tattoos, yes or no?
Yes.
Halloween or Christmas?
Halloween.
Steak or lobster?
Steak.
Would you rather be able to speak to with all animals or any human language on Earth?
Well, I don't think I want to hear what animals are saying about me right now, so we're going to go with human language because I feel like there's a bunch of bunnies talking junk in my backyard right now.
Probably. They're gonna raid against you.
Yeah, I'm going to walk downstairs. They're all going to be staring out my screen door at me.
Imagine.
Night of the Lepus style.
See, I'm always in the other thinking where, like, I don't think animals, like, do all that much talking. It'd just be like food, or sex, or, you know, and it'd be like this, like, especially you, right? You got a family.
Mine?
How many bunnies you got back there? Like 200? Yeah, it'd be like that. Mine.
Mine.
In fairness, though, that's basically all that humans talk about, too. If
That's
you
true.
can read my brain
That
at
is
any given
true.
time, I'm probably going cheeseburger.
Food.
Food, sex, food.
Cheeseburger.
Not asparagus.
No.
Yeah, not peanuts.
Not yeah.
What's your go-to? Air guitar or air drums?
Air drums for some weird reason. If you ever want to see something embarrassing, follow me on Instagram because I'm well known for being caught on video doing some sort of weird drumming. And it tends to look like there's like a medical issue with me that someone should be dealing with.
That's awesome.
Bobby, they got jokes about you, Rabbit. They're like, might have heard that Rabbit say, hey, watch out, man.
Oh, man.
Bobby, that's twice in one night, man.
He's killing me right now.
He's got animal cruelty jokes.
Oh, Bobby.
I love it. Keep them coming. No.
Damn it, Bobby. No.
Oh.
All right. X-Force or West Coast Avengers?
X-Force, because I'm a Liefeld apologist. Give me no feet and giant man chests all day.
Pizza or ice cream?
Oh, pizza.
Yeah, me too.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs, for sure.
Rock climbing or bungee jumping?
The ground.
Neither.
Yeah.
I like living.
Which one don't I have to do? That one.
All right. Well, all right. Then if you don't want to answer that one, I'll substitute it for another one. Or would you rather answer this one or have me substitute it for the other one?
No, if I had to do one, bungee jumping, because it's going down versus going up. Okay. And I'd much rather get closer to the ground than further from it.
Okay, good. Because if I would have substituted with deep sea diving or skydiving.
Oh, God. No.
Well,
I
good.
don't even like airplanes when I stay inside of them. Never mind when I try to get out of them. So,
he's like, no.
Cooler X-Men villain, Mr. Sinister or Apocalypse?
Oh, Mr. Sinister. I loved Mr. Sinister because he was so cool. It didn't matter what his power was. He was just badass. And he had great hair. Great 90s hair. I bet no one's ever said that about Mr. Sinister, but I'm going to go on record. I remember
he had the flat top. You know,
oh, great.
Yeah, right.
And it had the whole diamond shape to it. Like,
yeah. When I was fresh, X-Men 97 original days, I can remember when he popped up and losing my mind.
Yeah. Awesome. Better horror mask, Michael Myers or Ghostface?
Ooh, good question.
Myers.
Yeah, I feel like Myers is more haunting and Ghostface is more clever.
Okay.
I think I'll agree. I like both, but
yeah. So they're both strong.
You know, one thing I need with Ghostface is I need a weathered look to his mask. It's always clean and white.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't really seen like a.
I always like that though. I always like the Ghostface.
Oh, it's a great.
But you're right
mask.
though.
Yeah,
Some kind of weathered or like a slash or some kind of character to give it.
yeah, but it's a great mask.
All right, here we go. Just a couple more here for you, brother. Would you rather lose sleep or skip a meal?
I skip meals all the time, sadly. So we'll go with skip a meal because I love sleep. It's one of my favorite things on the planet. I would do it all the time if I could.
I hope you're ready for these last three. Would you rather be hot and sweaty or cold and shivering?
Cold and shivering.
Okay. Would you rather have sticky hands for the rest of your life or slimy feet for the rest of your life?
Probably. I can't believe I'm saying this sentence, but slimy feet.
You'd rather have slimy feet versus sweaty hands?
At least it's sticky.
The sticky hands.
Well, basically, like, well, how sticky are they? You know,
Yeah,
you'd rather have like, you'd
got a lot
rather
of
have
stuff
like
to
soggy. Ew, I'd go with the hands, man. I'd rather stick the shit.
I can cover my feet
Versus-
with shoes. No, I don't want.
Yeah, you ever had like my feet sweat bad, so having like
I'm just
It's
gonna
not-
move to a Crocs life, and I'll be all set.
yeah, that's your living, you know, sandals, Crocs, you know.
All right, brother. Here's the last one for you. The last one
What's
we're
up,
ending the
Dismay?
night with. What's up, Dismay? All right. Would you rather smell like a fart from Swamp Thing or look like the Toxic Avenger?
All right.
I could grab it for like come here.
I'm gonna say, look like the Toxic Avenger, and here's why. It smelled like the fart just sounds awful, and technically, the Toxic Avenger still had a real cute girlfriend because she couldn't see him.
That's what I was thinking. That's, you know, at least
No,
they gave us proof that he could still get a lady.
Yeah, but he had the Riz. Like,
Yeah.
He had friends too. He had
Do you
friends
guys
too.
have that?
so-
Could you still pull it?
Yeah, I mean, you did. You've
Like,
seen his
yeah.
origin story, right? You've seen who he was before, right?
Yeah, it wasn't like he was doing worse. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a radio DJ or a newscaster or.
Awesome. Well, Matt, thank you so much again, brother. That's been another one of my favorite segments called
Who's a black sheep? All right, now it's gonna be in my head all night.
All right, so Matt, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everyone's pictures together, all the at-home editions. So I hope you all sent it in. I got quite a few. So I did get 2 from someone as well. So I'm going to put those together. If you want to, or actually, could you explain what you got coming up, brother? I know you got a future project coming up. So
Yeah,
give me 1 second. I'll be back.
He's leaving us. Quick, now the kids can play.
Still here.
Now we have the real conversation. Let's go.
All right, so when we're taking over this show next week, we're going to change this or that to Matt or Roscoe. I like that. Write that one down. Take that, Bunny.
Just have it Matt Roscoe.
That's so
all you need.
Yeah.
Matt Roscoe. It sounds like Matt Wilson. Matt Roscoe.
Upcoming projects. So I'm going to be, because I'm a glutton for punishment, I will be at Monster Mania in New Jersey the first weekend of August, Wicked Con in Boston the second, and Terrificon in Connecticut the third weekend. I'm putting out a copy of a book called The Disputed for Wicked Con. Here, I'm going to put a horrible photo up in front of this. It'll show up great. Everyone will be able to see it perfectly. So here's my cover for The Disputed that'll be coming out for Wicked Con.
Actually looks really good.
Thank you.
I like the purple.
And then after that, it's just the road to New York Comic Con. I got a handful of books there. Hopefully, I mean, everybody here, I hope if you're hitting New York, come hang out. I'll be at the Comic Mint booth. I'm always down. Like I said, buying stuff is great, but that's not the goal of why I go to these shows. Like, I just want to hang out and talk to people about the Toxic Avenger getting a hot girlfriend. So like, come hang out and talk at these shows. Like, I am not cool. I please don't feel like, oh, I don't have something for Matt to sign, or I'm not buying his book. I don't care. Come hang out. Let's talk about stuff. Eat Bojangles with me if I'm down.
I was about to say, if you're gonna go see Matt at any of these cons, make sure you bring him some Bojangles.
If somebody brings me Bojangles,
fresh, not old Bojangles, fresh.
My life will turn around into a million other options at that point. But yeah, I'm kind of all over the East Coast over the next few months. I'm really excited about WickedCon. I don't know how many people in the chat are East Coasters, but WickedCon is a really cool show up in Boston. It's obviously much smaller than Heroes Con, but has kind of the same vibe where it's a comic show that is dedicated to actual comic artists,
Yeah.
Like the people.
There's quite a bit in the chat. I know DJ, he's up there, and some of these people are like, I know Bobby, he's Kansas, Callie, he's Cali, but Aaron's East Coast, I think.
I thought I saw, I don't know, I could have been crazy too, that I see actual Dracula up in there too. I met him a couple shows ago. He's a good dude.
He was, and he's a family friend,
good people.
Yeah, I love Adrian. He's one of me, Roscoe's, DJ, like personal friend. At Heroes Con, he was the person that I was spending like the last like 4 hours of that night, and with him drunk as hell. No, it was amazing.
Kamikaze said, Kamikaze, come say hi at Terrificon. They put me in the weirdest booth ever. I'm next to a crochet artist, so that'll be interesting.
I need Quentin to come to. Oh, okay, you're in Atlanta. I need Quentin to come to Heroes Con.
Dude, I think we need to turn Heroes Con into just like the show of the year. Like, just
for us, that's what we're trying to do. And that's. I think I want to say it kind of started last year, where like a bunch of us YouTubers started to plan to go to Heroes Con. And that last year, I want to say it was like 30 or 40 of them that showed up. This year was like, I want to say 60, 70, something like that. So it's getting bigger traction. And I know next year a ton of people are planning.
Listen, I'm all for it. I'm trying to convince a couple of my other comic artist buddies to come down. I'm like, we'll just take over one of the islands. Like, we'll just turn it into a booth of buddies and just make it a fun time. Like, there's enough depressing conventions. There's enough pop culture conventions that I go to where nobody realizes there's comic books. I'm like, let's embrace the spot that's got something for us people,
I personally didn't know about it until about 2 years ago. And I think at that time, it just wasn't really, maybe it was okay, and not to shame anybody, but maybe it was like people that knew about this convention and knew how good and comic related it was. They kind of kept it to their belt kind of thing.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Until recently that the word has kind of gotten out, because you talk about in the comic book world, there's cons as a fan that even maybe like comic book people, everybody knows about San Diego, everybody knows about Big Apple, everybody knows about MegaCon, because not only are they featured in comics, you'll find those advertisements and stuff like that, but like, no, this con, it wasn't until talking to other YouTubers or, like watching con video and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it has, like, the people that go there love it, but it's never been a advertised show. Like, you're not getting like pushed ads on your Instagram feed about Heroes Con. Thank you. So like, I think that's part of it. Is like, they're not necessarily bringing in new folks. They're getting a lot of attendees, but they're the same attendees that are like, oh, this is my show.
Mm-hmm. Well, I could go with that, and I think that's how it's, because they said this last year was their biggest year by far, I think.
Yeah.
And they did the numbers, and I think, you talk about there's no bad criticism at this con. It's not like,
No.
oh, people were smelling. Nope, you didn't hear none of that. You didn't.
Nope.
I mean, even from like on a famous, I want to say negative comments if I had to. There were a couple people that I was hoping would show up and they didn't. But you can't really complain on that. That's just life. Stuff
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
But
Like
other
I
than
said,
that,
I got my layout and I was like, oh, I'm doomed. I might as well just go to sleep for this show. And it's not. You could be literally behind the convention. There's still going to be thousands of people that come
walking around. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's awesome.
I see you.
Oh, he's back.
Hey, I'm
He's
here.
Yeah,
We
he's
said
good.
horrible things about you while you were gone.
I knew it. Okay. Let me
No, I know for a bunch of us, it was, like knowing Roscoe for, going on 4 years now and getting to meet him in person. That
Yep.
that for me, that's what that con was getting
Yeah.
to meet a lot of these people that I've interacted, and that's like, knowing these people, their first name, knowing what they're into, what they're about. I mean, I think I know most of these people more than I do real life people, kind of thing.
No, I agree. That was a big one for me. So like, I always laugh. So like, are you guys familiar with the artist Chrissy Zulo? She's a comic artist.
Yes,
absolutely.
So
me and Roscoe, that was a big one.
All right. So she lives maybe 5-10 minutes from me.
What?
I adore her. I think she's an amazing human being. But the only place I ever see her is at like conventions in
Cons.
Tennessee. And I'm like, that's what I love about these shows is I'm like, even people who I am near to or I like or I'm friends with, these are the places I actually get to see them and interact. So I adore them.
I know who this is. This is my Tebra. This is Phil-tastic.
Oh, that's
And
a
he
nightmare.
And he did Stephen King. He did The Dark Tower. And this is it's actually
I'm
a character.
sorry, I didn't get to. I wanted to prelude. I was like trying to figure this out. And I was like, oh,
Nah, I got the whole. I know what it is. Okay, so
Incredible.
I can explain what this is, and this is one of my favorite scenes in the book. So this is the main character's son, which is that spider baby. It's a baby that was just born. That's born like he's a were spider. There at times where he looks like a baby, and there's times where he looks like that, and it's like a spider with like a spider with a baby on its like a baby head on its back, and he's about to kill that guy right there. That's the man in black, like the main. He's been one of the main bad guys in the series. Phil, this is fantastic.
This is from Phil-tastic, our guy.
Yeah.
So it's a very happy story, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a spooky scene. That's awesome.
So I'm glad Mike was here to explain this. So yes, Phil-tastic, thank you so much. Love this, brother. Next we have is Shop for Comics. Our guy Shop sent in Woody as
Heck yeah.
Headless Horseman. I love it.
I didn't get it at first. I was looking at, I was like stuck on Woody, and I was like, no, he's like a dead version. That's so dope.
The glowing eyes are so good on Woody.
Right.
That's genius.
The fire coming out of his nostrils.
I love it. Excellent.
That's
Shop.
so
Thank you
good.
so much. Appreciate you. All right. Next we have
If I can vote favorites. That's my favorite.
Ooh.
Aaron, our guy Aaron, Norn
Aaron,
Rad.
boy,
Rad
one of my
Comics.
faves.
Rad, this is awesome, brother.
You go full legend on us?
Yep, Tim Curry, baby. That's actually one of like my favorite like villain but in movies like I love Legend, man. I think they got the devil right in that movie.
And this is done on one of those comic books that Phil was giving out. I'm pretty sure. It looks like it. But love it, Aaron. Excellent job. So dope, bro. Awesome. All right, next we have.
Did he really pull that off? Hey, it's Lon.
There he is.
Who did this
What do you want? This is from Lorenzo, I believe.
Dang, Lorenzo.
Yeah, this is from Lorenzo. Let me just double check. I'm sorry. I saved them all at the same time, but I want to say Lorenzo.
Man, that
Lorenzo's
is
like,
so
that's not
fun.
me, you jerk. I'm not. We're watching the
Right.
show again.
The detail, like, is fantastic. Like the line work around his cheeks, his teeth.
Yep. This is from Lorenzo. Yes, indeedy.
It's fantastic.
Love it. This is so
Yeah,
dope.
getting Lon right
Look at
is
the bow tie.
yeah.
Bow tie is fantastic.
Yeah, his hand.
Yep. This is great. Awesome, Lorenzo. Thank you so much for sending stuff each week. All you guys are awesome. Next one's from Bobby G. He went with
Love it.
Spooky.
I love it.
Oh wow. He's indulging in a nice little jazz cigarette there, huh?
I'm trying to remember
You know,
was
the
his name
jazziest.
Spooky?
The
Was his name
jazziest of the
Spooky? It's from Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Spooky. My man's just chilling. He's on cloud 9.
Hey.
Awesome. Bobby, appreciate you, brother. Each week, too. Another in-betweener. Thank you guys all so much. Ooh, here comes Manny.
Damn.
Yeah,
Manny coming in with the scarecrow.
Scarecrow from
Is that a
Batman.
Love
noose
it.
too?
Yeah, noose around his
love
neck.
that.
Yep.
That's
The
great.
animated series.
That's great.
Excellent. Manny,
Love
awesome.
tea.
Love this.
I was about to say you nailed the animated series vibe right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
The teeth, excellent. Damn. Awesome. You guys are awesome. All you guys. Appreciate you guys sending this. Again, Manny, another guy in betweener as well. All the people. Tricky Trapster. He wrote Spooky Girl. And I was like, all right.
Damn, that looks like every girl I tried to date in college. That's not good.
Little fart here.
I do like the farm.
This is awesome. I love it. Oh, I like the
Love
little twig
Twig.
coming up too.
Yeah. She's been
That's
in the
awesome.
woods, huh?
Nice shirt. This is dope. I
like
like
the,
the blood. The
I
blood
like the
puddle, though.
Flintstone bracelet.
Yeah.
You know,
Tricky,
Awesome
thank you so
series.
much. So dope. Awesome. Who do we got next? Oh, we got my man, Mon.
Jesus.
right.
I got my man. Who's it? This is Manny? No, I just had Manny.
It's 23.
Oh yeah. 23 Monch. Yeah. What did I say? Monch? Yeah. I was saying Monch. Yeah, this is 23 Monch. Sorry about that. I was like, but I love the Roscoe Phil 23 Monch. I love it. Creep Show Volume 4. Love that. That's excellent. So
The
dope.
detail on the candle, man. That's cool.
Yeah. Right. Like
Although
the
I'm
eyeball.
going to make a claim. If he did that in this hour and a half, I quit comics.
Oh no.
That's a crazy amount of work.
Well, he sent in 2 of them.
Come on,
So-
man. You look bad. I kill
23
one
Monch.
bunny, and
Awesome. 23 Monch. Appreciate you, brother. And then here's the other one that he sent in, and that's Erica Slaughter.
That's cool. I guess she looks
I like
dirty.
that.
That's cool.
hold on. I got to know though if 23 Monch is still here. Is that a Pharaoh Monch reference in your name? Because if so, you win huge points.
That I don't know.
Yeah, excellent. 23 Monch. Appreciate you. Another in-betweener. Always sending each week. Thank you so much. Do I have any more? Oh, Evil. Nope, that's it. So again, we're going to go through it. 23 Monch, my man, another in-betweener. Thank you so much again. Erica Slaughter, and then this dope Creep Show, though.
Yeah, that's great.
So he said I made the first one this afternoon, that Creep Show, and then needed the other one for the show.
I'll tell you this, man. You are fast.
This is dope, though.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Excellent job, 23 Monch. Appreciate you so much again. Another in-betweener. Tricky
job.
has been sending them out each week, and I'm loving it. Tricky, thank you so much. This is hilarious.
Yeah, I love it. I'd wear that on a t-shirt tomorrow. Like,
Right? No
I need
doubt.
her in an animated series or a movie now. Like, come on.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I love it. This is excellent. Tricky, always appreciate you, brother. Awesome stuff. Again, Tricky Trapster here. Next we have is my man Manny with the animated series creepy Scarecrow guy, our Scarecrow animated series. I love the teeth. Like the teeth are what's getting me too.
Yeah,
Loving
the
that.
teeth.
Whole
the
face is
placement,
just
that's good.
fantastic. Manny, excellent job. Appreciate you. Another in betweener. Bobby G. Bobby G with the spooky.
I love
I
it.
love it.
Oh man, with the jazz cigarette. As Matt says, nothing but the jazziest from our guy Bobby. Thank you so much, Bobby, each week. Love it, brother. Lorenzo. This was so dope.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
cool,
love that.
man. I'm digging that.
Look, I'll say this too, as somebody without giving away something I'm not allowed to give away, who may or may not have just done a Universal Monsters comic cover. Lon Chaney is not fun to draw, so the fact that he nailed it that much is impressive.
Yeah, that's
Like
fantastic.
there's nothing where you're like, oh, who is this? What is this?
Yeah,
And I love
right?
that it has like a cartoony vibe. Like it almost
Yeah.
has like a Gendy Turk. I can't pronounce his last name, but you know what I'm talking about. The dude did
I love it.
Dexter.
It's so dope. Perfect. Appreciate you, Lorenzo. Again, be sending each week another in-betweener. Thank you guys so much. Aaron, my guy, another in-betweener too, right here. Such a dope picture. Look at that. That is just
The
unreal.
tongue.
Beautiful. The eyes, dude. Wicked. Wicked. Awesome. Aaron, thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. And then Shop did this
Shop,
awesome Toy
Man,
Story, Sleepy Hollow, Headless Horseman type joint that is just freaking amazing. I love it.
That gets my vote for clever of the evening right there. That thing is.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you think of that.
Yeah, that is wicked. Awesome Shop. Awesome job, brother. And then Philtastic rounded things out again here. And what is this again, Mike? I'm sorry, bro.
It's from Stephen King's The Dark Tower.
And it says Little Red King.
Mm-hmm.
The Little
That's
Red
it.
King.
That's
And
that little spider.
This guy up here, this is creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. You know what's funny about that is that almost reminds me of the little like doll head in Toy Story. So it kind of fits with the
Right?
other one.
Man, that would have been good to draw today. That creepy doll from Sid Grim.
His toys. Yeah.
Yeah, but awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. Appreciate you guys, the at homes. You know, I love those. So awesome. Thank you all so much. So Matt, what we do now, brother, is we show what we did. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
No, I'll pop it up. What I got so far. Yeah.
Okay.
Pop up my little messy Casey Jones here.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, I love it.
It looks really bright in this camera. That's amazing. It's much darker up close. Let me get a little.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I don't know why he looks so hopeful here. I still got to add some clubs and some hair, but we're like
Wicked.
3/4 there.
Awesome, Matt. Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Again, the theme.
Spooky? Do you think I'm spooky?
All right, and so I took a character that I thought was very, very innocent, and I was like, I took one of those, you know, those ones where like it's like a picture of someone, and then it has like the shadow like casts out, and then it's something, you know. So I did something along those lines, and I'll show you that I did.
Ralph? I'm
spooky.
Yeah.
Got Ralph Wiggum, and then I went all out like weird.
Oh, stop.
Hell yeah.
Does it have a lobster claw?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, that's rad as hell. It looks like something out of Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that's what I got too. I did with the horns. I was like, oh, that kind of looks Beetlejuice, but yeah. So I went with Ralph Wiggum going, I'm spooky, and then
His
this
inner
thing just-
demon.
demon creature.
Oh,
With like a
dude, that's
bone.
so good.
Yeah.
I just like that the tongue is another person.
It's another him.
Yeah.
Oh!
What's his little demon saying? He's like, "What?"
So yeah, I still gotta finish coloring it and then shading it, and it will look a lot cooler. But
It
yeah,
already looks cool already. What are you
Yeah, I was
talking
gonna
about?
say. I
You
said
could
the
even
same
leave the
thing about mine, but you're nailing that thing.
you could even leave the crab claw like the black and white and make it look like that's part of like another dimension, you know? Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of like the black and white aspect, or like I don't know. It looks like it's a whole different creature.
I love it, Roscoe. How are you
thanks.
how'd you do the shadow part under him? Is that marker?
It's
It
a
looks like
pen.
watercolor.
Nope, it's pen, and then it's a darker. And then I went to marker, and I used
Damn.
dark gray, dark, lighter gray, and then I went to I went from a 9 to about a 5,
Damn.
and so.
All right, go
But I
back
just
to
kept
math.
going
Go back.
and because it's alcohol markers, so you keep doing it and it'll blend for you.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah,
Very-
so this was fun. I thought this was creepy looking,
Nah,
and
it's
but
definitely spooky.
when I drew the lobster claw though, I was like, I've never really drawn a lobster claw. Like I think one time I did, but I was like, man, this came out really cool. I'm gonna have to draw some kind of lobster creature
Yeah.
now.
No, he
But
definitely, you know,
appreciate everyone. Thank you all so much. You guys rock and roll. Yeah, I got to finish this thing up. This is
I know.
wicked.
I'm gonna be up finishing this thing now. Got to get all the shadows on his mask so he doesn't look so flat. But I'm like, you nailed the themes so much better than my bad suggestion. It's like,
Get out of here.
no, that yours, dude. That's so perfect. Ralph Wiggum with basically demons coming out of him is incredible.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Well, I want to say thank you all so much. I truly appreciate everyone that's sending in the at homes. Thank you so much for sending in your questions in the chat or just hanging out. Or if you're just watching a rewind, thank you so much for taking the time out to watch us goons. I appreciate it. I got to say, Mike, thank you so much for filling in as co-host tonight, bro. Truly, truly appreciate you.
yeah, man.
And Matt, thank you, brother. Thank you so
for
much
sure.
for taking the time out. I know you're busy, but thank you so much for hanging out with us and having a good time.
Well, thank
That's
you.
all we're about here on Between the Lines. So, do you have anything else you want to say? I know you plugged something earlier, but do you have anything else coming up?
I mean, I just want to say thanks, man. This was so chill. Like this is like a dream scenario here. So I'll have to come back sometime so we can hang out again because this was fun.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
This was fun, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon too. Because
Oh, yeah.
this is a good time. I liked this.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Well, Matt, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Mike, you got anything going on, brother? Anything coming up?
This weekend, we're talking about that book I was talking about, Stephen King. We're talking about the last book, the final part. But yeah, this weekend at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Central, and some other times I don't know. But this Saturday on my channel, having a live discussion. Other than that, me and Trev on Sundays, come by and chill with us on our live stream.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks again, brother. Truly appreciate you. And me, I really don't got much going on between the lines. It's, every Monday, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all so much. Truly appreciate you. Again, just keep an eye on my channel. I put stuff up randomly whenever I feel like it, or if I ever finally finish editing a video. But yeah, just check me out. Again, both of these gentlemen, their description is down below. Please give them a follow. Please, 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 if you're not already. And that's it. I just want to say be kind to one another. Truly appreciate you all taking the time out again to watch our show Between the Lines. And I have a new little outro. I know I usually play Homeboy saying, hey, have a good time. But I got a new one, and it's someone you may know. So for the 10 people that stayed, you're getting a treat here. All right, y'all. Take care.